question. Yeah, busy day. But last session, we took a short rest in the sewer after getting our butts kicked by weird tentacle tentai things with they were really grabby and had one eye and wanted to try and latch on to everybody. They really got really handsy with thermal. But we kicked the shit out of them as we do, and then we rested for a bit, did a little bit of scouting, found a trap that Thermal's way of disarming was to hit it with a stick, which failed the task successfully because we disarmed the trap, but we also set it off. And then we went. Oh yeah, Asher had fun with his new rope of swinging across Shit Creek, and everybody else was swinging across Shit Creek with it. We go down a little bit further, and we see movement and somebody running into a room. We kind of talk about what we should do for a second, and then say, fuck it. Let's go in, kick some ass. We go in, Asher was in the front. As soon as he goes up, he gets a bolt in the shoulder, and we fall back at first, and then he runs in there to see what's going on, because he knew everybody was right behind him. There were some drow in there, because they're assholes. And we had a fight in there with everybody following in. And then there was a moment where there was a weird tentacle things in the hallway that was going down there, but Eustace came in clutch, dispelled that shit, and everybody was able to run through. Oscar had a big ass shield that he used from a piece of wood that he found. We ran in there, we're fighting the drow, and then Amicia Leroy Jenkins that shit all the way into the other room, and we found out there was a whole bunch of guys in there, and the fight ensued. She got captured by a giant spider that we would find out later on, I think was some type of drow druid type thing. But nevertheless, our friend Amicia was not long for this world as she got decapitated. And Eustace came in clutch again with a counter spell as a drow wizard was in there about to cast a some type of noxious cloud looking spell. And as he's brewing this up, Eustace just says, "Nah, not today, bitch," and counterspells that shit. And the look on Frog's face when Eustace said counterspell was chef's kiss, priceless. But yeah, we fought through there. We killed all the drow, had a moment to mourn Amicia's passing, and then we went into the other room and we found a hole in the side of the wall that led into the Thermal stuck his head in, took a big whiff, and was like, smells like home, smells like the Underdark. And we curtain called with hearing muffled voices and possibly a scuffle inside of a room that we hadn't yet opened the door to. And yeah, that was Thermal was really big for a while, holding the doorway shut to fuck up the dudes that were in there. Eustace had a couple great fireballs. Oscar used his wings to fuck shit up royally and beat the wizard over the head with some stuff. It was really great. We all had our moments of shining, and I think Eustace was the MVP of last session with his dispel magic and counter spells that kept people from getting too fucked up. But yeah, that's it.
Beautifully done. Go ahead and grab yourself a DM inspiration. A couple of things that I wish to shed light on before continuing, as I just double check one thing real quick. So, all right, so I'll check one thing right quick. Oh yeah. Right. Yeah, that's okay. All right, cool guys. So, 110%. I do wish to make reference to a couple things. One being that there was a trap that emitted some gas in this sewer. It seemed to have been of some degree of drow make, which was validated and verified by our native, our native underground dweller, our Durgar friend. He absolutely made you aware of its potential issues. I believe one of you guys failed your Constitution saving throw, so let's keep that in our minds. In fact, I'm certain somebody did. So there's that. As you make your way towards that massive battle and heard the crunch of Anisia's skull being basically ripped off and torn off, you push yourselves into a room, basically this room that I'm circling, to discover a hole on your left side wall. The hole itself, it's not a perfect square as Tailspire would like to make it seem. It's definitely kind of mined in. Do you understand when I say mined in, or do I need to explain that a little bit better? You guys hear me?
Yep, we got you.
So it was mined
Yeah,
in. So it's not a perfect square or chiseled that. It looks like it was dug in through and blasted through, or force entry. Judging by the edges of it, it does look as if it was elbow greased made, by hand. Nothing mechanical. It seems to be hewn as opposed to delicately carved. And it does not, its appearance does not seem to match that of the sewer-like areas that are currently, around you. Through the door, on the opposite side, you do hear kind of a clatter. What appears to be the sound of maybe wood breaking with some muffled kind of, I don't want to call it screams, let's call it muffled struggle, which seems to really resonate through the area. As dark, as dank, and as breezy as this is, you feel that even the slightest additional ambient volume would probably have muffled this sound as it faintly disperses through the door. So this is where you guys take over. Is everybody on the board?
Yeah, can you get rid of my
I'm trying to get it loaded up.
flaming spheres?
Sorry, what?
Can you get rid of the 2 flaming spheres?
No, you can just click on your token,
Oh, I can get rid of them though?
I don't know if you can get rid of them, but to control your token, all you gotta do is left click on it.
All right. Well, Yusuf is gonna step forward in the room, and he's gonna say, "Hey, you guys hear that in behind this door?"
You realize that the sounds of this room seems to muffle your voice, as none of your party seems to hear you.
Well, the Drow are known for taking prisoners.
Gonna approach closely to the door, quietly as I can, and just try to listen.
Sure. Why don't we get a roll out of the way real quick here? Why don't you roll me a stealth, and let's get some numbers out there.
An 8.
8. As you make your way across the stone flooring here, the gravel probably that's been dispersed through this room, probably from the entry, the forced entry, kind of grinds under the pads of your feet as you tiptoe across the floor. The muffling growing louder as you get there. You put your hand on the door to feel a stone door, cold to the touch, slightly damp and condensated.
I listen.
You listen to muffles, louder than what you heard before, and the sounds of wood breaking.
I'm gonna look over at Thermal, and I'm gonna like kind of be like, gonna hold one finger up and point to the door, and motion him to come forward.
I'll go up to the door.
You approach the door, your feet once again grinding on top of hewn stone and pebble and dirt as it slides under the pads of your feet, grinding across the floor as you make your way to the door.
I'm gonna take a step back, and I'm gonna, I'm gonna reach out with my right hand to the side. I'm gonna like, so a black ball of energy is gonna start to form, and I'm gonna nod Thermal to open the door.
I'll go to open the door.
You grab the handle of this door and you begin to pull it open. With some muscle, you're able to see the door begin to kind of that stone sound of stone sliding on stone as it opens up. A crack of light and shines through the 1-inch gap you've made in this door as you pull it open. Where we're going to pause you. Caleb, are you there?
Yep.
You find yourself bound and gagged, hands behind your lower back as you struggle to pull yourself free. You feel hands under your armpits and around your ankles. The pulsing, throbbing, aching feeling on the back of your head throbs as you can feel a welt growing on your skull that you can't even touch with your hands yet as you are currently bound. But it aches. A slight bump and pulsations on your temples as you feel that you might be slightly concussed. You struggle and push and pull and kind of squirm your way. Once again, unable to see anything, as not only is it dark, but you feel as if there's something over your head, preventing you from seeing anything. The last thing you remember was investigating in Mirladar some access way, some access point in a location of the town that not many people that are honorable people reside or hang out. All you remember when investigating this area, looking for signs and clues, a flash of light, and then darkness as you woke up to this current state that you find yourself in. You hear a door open up, the sounds of stone on stone sliding open slowly and heavy. Do you speak Elvish?
Yes, I do.
Actually, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. Give me one moment here. Let me be true to form. I feel like I should have this already opened.
Are you trying to think of Undercommon?
Yeah, but I want to be cool with what. Let me just validate one thing. Yeah, it would be Undercommon. Do you speak Undercommon?
Yes, I do.
Beautiful. You hear the bantering back and forth. Without getting into the exact sensitive details, you hear whoever is carrying you, dragging you, and pulling you into this dark, dank, smelly location. You hear them bantering back and forth. Speaking about you in the current moment, you being the one that they have taken, you hear them speak about how they're probably going to try to torture you to try to get some information out of you. You hear them talking about the scepter and how the goal is to bring it home, to instill the pride and honor back to the people. how Zilitha would punish them if they didn't succeed in their quest. Your mouth with rags in it, maybe torn from something that they may have found nearby, as your saliva saturates it. The taste on this cloth reminds you of like maybe a shirt that's been sitting in stagnant water in a sewer for some time. You feel your hands being tied in a seated position on what you can best describe as a chair, the way you feel that you're sitting in. Seems to be wooden. And then, boom, a flash of light again. Darkness. You wake up, unknown how long you may have been here, unknown to you the passing of time. You hear what sounds like fighting, faintly, behind whatever surface, door, wall, whatever it may be, as you are still definitely bound, gagged, and blindfolded with a sack over your head, or something, a bag or something over your head. You hear the screams of people, specific words around no. You hear some degree of sob or some sort of understanding, like something bad has happened. You hear the screaming of drow elves being run through. The loud crunch. Something like a melon hitting a floor. You hear fire burning. You swear you can slightly smell the hint of burning flesh. It startles you initially. Try to squirm, but the chair is strong. Whatever you're strapped to seems to hold itself true, its form, its structure. It's cold, slightly breezy. Very little light seems to seep through the bag over your head. What are you gonna do?
I guess I want to try to get my hands free.
Absolutely. As you pull, why don't you start off with an athletics check, please? And please let me know what you guys
14.
roll. Thank you. You pull with a 14. You can feel the twine or threads or whatever it is that's binding you. You can hear them stretch. You hear a slight pop, but they don't seem to be coming from the things that bind you. The pop you hear sounds to be wooden.
But I'm not free.
Not free.
And I still can't see anything, right?
You're currently, bound, gagged, and you're black bagged, basically.
Okay. And I'm also gagged.
At the moment, you're able to muffle until you can free your mouth.
Okay. Then I guess I'm gonna keep struggling, trying to get something free, but
Sure.
if that's not gonna happen, then that's not gonna happen.
Give me another
Okay.
athletics.
Yeah, 10.
10. As you continue to pull and struggle, you kick your legs back and forth. You squirm your arms all around. Another pop as your right hand seems to be able to move at least 2 inches in a certain direction, allowing you to grab what you feel is a wooden dowel. You know how chairs have those wooden things in the back sometimes?
Yeah.
You feel
Yep.
as if you can actually grab a hold of something like that. It still seems to be attached, but it's splintered on the bottom.
Gotcha. I guess I'm gonna try to pull that out if I can.
You pull again. Go ahead and give me another athletics.
15.
15. Crunch, crunch, pop, pop, splinter, splinter. Your right hand is now free, allowing you to kind of, you can't seem to fully reach where your left hand is bound, but with your right hand being free, you feel as if you could reach to your ankle.
Let's reach to my ankle and try to, or my feet are bound as well, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, let's try to undo that.
You reach to your right ankle, and it seems to be strapped to the right hand leg of this chair. You assume that your left leg is also strapped to the left leg of this chair. The bound itself, as you kind of, once again, you're doing this blind, it feels like wet, leathery something. This feels like some sort of sinew or flesh that might be dried and wetted to constrict of some degree. And you feel it's very, very tight. But once again, as you feel around, it is strapped to wood or a wooden leg.
Do I have my dagger on me?
You feel your hip and your belt line. The weapons that you typically carry, you do not feel seems to be on your person at this time.
Okay, I'm gonna try to feel around and see if I can, or am I able to pull whatever's covering my vision off of me?
Sure.
Yeah, let's try that.
Sure. You fucking rip that shit off and you peel the shit off of your mouth with your right hand. You clear your eyes. You look around the room. I don't know if you have dark vision.
I do.
You do.
Oh, wait. Maybe I don't. Sorry. Shit. Where is that even on this? I don't think I do, actually.
Okay.
Dark vision will be over to the left-hand side above your below your passive, where it says
Okay,
your
then
passive
no, I don't
wisdom
have
and all
it.
that.
As you pull that shit off, you try to, your pupils try to dilate. The lighting in here is grim and dim and damn near dark. You would see through the door frame, you can see a slight hue of light around the outside. There seems to be like an open flame on that side of the door that irradiates and then kind of dims as the sounds of battle still goes on, faintly from that general direction. But the rest of the room is predominantly dark and black.
Okay. I'm gonna try to reach. Can I reach over and try to free my other hand, or is that
You
too
try
far?
to. It's too far away from where it is. It's almost like kind of like a this type of posture, but also down. And reaching across is just out of your reach. You can probably like finger it, but not enough to get a full like grip. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Okay, then let's try to get a leg free.
Sure. You start ripping and tearing and pulling at the leather strap. Give me another athletics.
2.
2. You hear the crack of wood, but almost just like a stress crack, nothing outlandish. Do you wish to continue to pull?
No. Can I attempt to like knock the chair over and break it that way?
Please do.
Is that going to be another athletics?
You know what? I'm gonna say you can easily do this shit. Until it tips over. I don't need a roll for that. You topple over to the side, crash. The chair busts into pieces, inadvertently freeing your arms and your legs. You might have some wood strapped to you, but you have free range of movement at this point, which I assume you start freeing your shit up.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Please do. Go ahead.
Until I can find a better weapon, I'm gonna grab a shard of wood that's like splintered, and as like a temporary weapon.
Absolutely. Fan-fucking-tastic. And you do so. You also recognize that your backpack is also currently missing It is a bit dark in this room to see clearly, but as you grab the piece of wood and you kind of get your shit situated, you start to see the door crack open, leaving some light to shine in enough to notice that there's a silhouette, kind of, as if you were looking through the crack of a door, and the door being only like 2 inches wide.
I'm going to attempt to hide in this room.
You dive into the corner, feeling this canvas type material, and it feels very much like a backpack as you hide behind it. The door begins to swing open just a little bit more. We're going to pause you there. Thermal.
Yep.
Guys, you can keep your laughing down a little bit. I know you guys are having fun, but keep it at your time, okay? As you open the door, you can hear a clatter, like something just dove into a corner, and the slight ruffling of material, fabric, canvas, insert sound of material rubbing together.
Okay, I'll kind of like tap my ear, motion to Eustace, and kind of motion to the corner I think I hear it coming from, and continue to open the door.
Eustace, you see Thermal opening the door, taking a little bit more of a defensive posture, and kind of beckoning you and indicating what he basically just said as he continues to open the door. The door is like halfway open now. Let's figure 90 degrees from the porthole, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
The
Sorry,
door
that-
Y'all
continues.
want me to Asher will chime in. Do y'all want me to peek in since I can see really good in the dark?
Once the door opens up, Eustace is just gonna start to hold his hand out with his, black ball ready to go, and he's gonna look in there. It's like, who's in here? Come on out. Come on out.
Do me a favor, Caleb. Can you please roll me a hide check, a stealth check, whatever? And then, Asher, why don't you give me a perception as well, please?
23 for me.
Okay. I'm gonna cast guidance. Even with guidance, it's only a 15 for my perception. That was shit.
Wow, would you roll a 1?
No, I rolled a 5, and I
Holy
have a
shit.
+9 to perception.
Yeah, dude, that's impressive. In a bad way.
It's impressively shit. Because if I roll anything less than like a 10 or better, I'm still like doing great.
Absolutely. As you look in, you'll see a backpack kind of in the corner tucked away. You don't see much. I mean, it's dark. Well, you have actually really good dark vision. So you'll see a backpack. The colors are a little skewed. But next to this backpack, you'll see. Actually, I'll tell you exactly what you fucking see. Give me 2 seconds. You'll see like a pair of daggers kind of like thrown near it. You'll see like a short bow, what appears to be maybe a crude short sword. You'll see like this looks like an adventuring backpack. It does appear to contain things.
Yeah.
Obviously what these things are. You actually see like a crowbar kind of sticking out the top a little bit. As well as what looks to be a glass vial or a flask that seems to dangle from the side with hempen rope that seems to also be strapped to the outside conveniently. Like this looks like an adventuring backpack of some sort.
Question, Frog.
Sure.
Just from my quick glance, the stuff doesn't look.
We lost Asher. No. Why does everybody have connection issues?
You guys ever notice every time he
I'm
freezes,
waiting
he
to
has the
join the
same look on his
group.
face? It's always the same look whenever he freezes.
What'd you say, Thermal? I'm sorry.
I'm waiting to join the table.
Oh, my sorries. Summon players to this board. Here you go, buddy. I don't know what
Hello?
you wrote.
Can y'all hear me now?
Welcome back, buddy.
hear y'all the whole time, and thank you, Oscar, for the. He always has the same look. I can hear and see y'all just fine.
Yeah, well, this is every time you disconnect. Ready? Watch this.
My question was, did the weapons that I saw, did they look like drow weapons? Since we've been familiar with them.
At a glance, these do not appear to be of drow make. If anything, these daggers, they seem to be clean. They seem to be clean in the context that they seem to be well maintained. So whoever has them appears to take some degree of pride in it.
They're tools that they use, so they take good care of them.
It seems that way, and you know, I know it's dark here, and at the range, the details of it will probably not. I'm not going to give you details of it, but it almost, you might even possibly see that there might be some sort of design, embroidery, maybe some sort of holy symbolism on it. I don't know. It's weird from this angle.
Yeah.
Specifics on what's on it.
Could I light a torch? Because I have a couple torches left. Could I light a torch and just like roll it into the room to light it up?
And as you would start that process, we're going to go to the other side of the door real quick.
Yeah.
As you duck behind your canvas backpack, you peek out cautiously to see, I mean, with the light behind them coming into the room and your non-dark vision, you would just see silhouettes. So I'm thinking you'd see, is it fucking Eustace or Flynn on this table? I always fucking forget. It's Eustace.
Eustace on this one.
You would see Eustace, like half of Eustace's silhouette on the one side of the door. You'd see a Durgar dwarf, like maybe shoulder and kind of like 3/4. And then just behind those two shoulders, you would see the silhouette of Asher. Basically, looks like he's getting ready to crack a torch and chuck it in.
Okay. I'm gonna cast blindness, deafness on Asher.
Okay.
What the fuck?
That's fine. It doesn't hurt anyone.
Do I get a save against that?
Of course you do.
Constitution saving throw.
That's fine. That sounds thematic. I'm cool with it. Is it an AoE or is it a single target?
I got a 7.
Asher just walks in. All right, guys, let's go see what's in there. I can't see anything.
Yeah, it's gonna be blinding.
Okay.
I can still talk though, right?
Yeah, of course.
Whenever I get hit.
Okay. What does it look like when you do this spell?
There's gonna be no visual whatsoever to it, but I'm gonna kind of like.
Oh, so like his vision just goes. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So Asher, basically, it almost feels as if someone, like your eyes shut on their own, and like you're trying to open them, and they don't fucking open.
I'm gonna immediately yell, "Eustace, it's hostile! Fireball!"
What makes his character?
I'm here.
Kill it! Kill it!
As soon,
Kill it!
in addition to casting blindness on him, I also want to try to rush the door and try to like get out as fast as possible.
Sure. So let's do this thematically in a realm that makes sense. So here's what I would imagine. You're in flight mode. You're trapped. You got 3 unidentified people that you're aware of. You just heard battle. You heard people burning up, getting killed and slaughtered. You heard a lot of shit. Not to mention you're kidnapped for you don't even know how many days you're down here. Judging by your hunger levels, you've probably been down here a day or 2 at least. You know. So, you know, you're in an I want to get the fuck out of here mentality. So as I'm going to go ahead and kind of reflavor something, you get up and hustle. And that's when your spell goes off. Asher saying, fucking it's hostile! As you're charging through, I'm going to say, once again, thematically, you are practically halfway through the door as this is happening because of your successful stealth check. So, Thermal and Eustace, as you see Asher being like, what the fuck is going on? You see this body come trying to bull rush past you. It doesn't have weaponry in hand. nor does it seem to. It seems as if it's just something's trying to charge through you. So thermal, Usis, you're welcome to react to that however you see fit. And
Well,
then,
with that, I'm going to use my sentinel to try to stop him with my halberd.
sure. What's your AC? AC, Caleb.
Am I wearing my armor?
You're wearing leathers. I'm okay with that. That's fine. Or whatever.
Okay.
What's your base armor? Just so I know. Is it leathers?
Sorry.
Or you choose.
Yeah, it's well, I just have what I start with as the.
Gotcha. So you're wearing leather. So yeah. So your AC is currently 15. So roll your swing for your sentinel, and I'll take care. Don't worry about the damages or anything like that. But we're
17.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna say that your sentinel clacks him on the upper thigh. Roll me a dexterity saving throw, Caleb.
24.
Oh my god. Boom! You feel this crack on your thigh, but you kind of spin with it, and although you kind of are in this tripping motion, you're able to at least recover. So you don't fall. You stumble slightly, but your hands don't touch ground. You just kind of off balance for a moment. Usis, you see thermal swing, hitting thigh. This fucking person looks like they really want to get the fuck out of here. And continues to kind of charge through. You're almost shoulder to shoulder with this person, Usis. What are you doing?
God, dude, let's do something crazy.
Fireball.
Nah, I don't want to kill him. Let's try to tackle him to the ground.
Let's go grapples. Yeah, we don't do that a lot on this table. So you're the initiator. And he is the non-initiator. He's a defender, but I already validated. No, he passes Dex check. He's good. So give me an athletics check, Fate, and Caleb, give me an athletics or acrobatics, whichever one's better for you.
Oh, let's do acrobatics then.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's what happens when a pussy tries to grapple. So, but because I want to make the roll happen, go ahead and tell me what you rolled.
A 13 for me.
Beautiful.
Down.
This frail weakling of a man tries to grapple you and tries to hold you as you're kind of fumbling, but he can't seem to get a grip on your clothing. Like he seems to grab your leather, and your leather just kind of slides out of his grip as you make it past both of them. You inadvertently collide in with Asher, who's in the process of like, what the fuck? Because this is happening all really fast. So, boom, I'm going to inadvertently give Asher a disadvantage grapple check as you bounce into him. So, initiator on this one is going to be Asher at disadvantage. So, give me athletics, and then Caleb, athletics or acrobatics.
21.
Excuse me.
I rolled a 14.
14. You feel an off-balanced person kind of shove into you, inadvertently kind of spinning you out of the way, and you feel this body just kind of pass by. Oscar, you being at the base of the stairs, you see this commotion happening, kind of like, because you're kind of at a lower elevation, you'll see like from belly button up, all this shit going on, right? And you see this person who just barreled through coming towards you. You have an opportunity.
I cast suggestion.
Okay, cast suggestion.
Oscar's just gonna say, "Stop what you're doing. It's leading to misunderstandings."
Suggestion. Is there a DC check on that, or does it automatically happen?
Yes, they have to make a wisdom saving throw.
Just
DC 15.
Yeah, that's his bread and butter. Okay, so you see this prominent figure who seems to be very angelic in nature, standing before you about 15 feet in front of you, slightly down a set of stairs, who says this to you. You are welcome to interpret that, Caleb, however you see fit.
Excuse me. Wow, I just go from entirely running to just stop.
You
I don't know.
You pursue the course of action I described to the best of your ability.
And what'd you say exactly?
I said stop. Your actions are leading to misunderstandings.
Okay. So I like stumbled a little bit, right? So I'm actually gonna go, like, I tripped a little bit and I'm kind of sliding. And I kind of scramble up to my feet, and I'm kind of situated in between Oscar and then the rest of the crew behind me, who are kind of like...
Yeah, let's say the rest of the crew's like maybe 5 feet behind you, and Oscar, let's just say, is about 10 to 15 feet in front of you.
And I'm holding up my excuse me.
Your
Sorry.
pizza.
I'm holding up my sliver of wood like I'm
Yes.
ready to fucking stab somebody.
Yeah, you could be defensive. However, you do feel compelled to stop. Ideally, it seems like a stop and listen kind of situation.
Yep, I got it.
All right, so you stop and you don't offer any words. You just kind of stand there in a defensive stance, like kind of like a...
I'm gonna say... let me pass, and no one will get hurt.
Oscar looks up, looks at your sliver of wood, and just steps away and goes,
Noticeably, I look like a drow.
You look like a drow.
I look like a drow.
Caleb's going to reroll a new character.
Yeah, I wish I would have known that before. I would have just attacked from the get-go.
All this happened so fast. all this happened so fast. I mean,
yeah, now that I've stopped moving, it's quite obvious that I look like a drow.
Go. Then Oscar's like, well, he looks at you and he's like, well, go back to your home then. And he indicates behind.
Behind you? Or behind where I just came from?
Isn't
There's a hole in the wall. I'm thinking you're saying the hole in the wall?
Yeah, isn't the hole in the wall like near where thermal is right now?
It's right here on my spotlight.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so Oscar indicates over there.
I guess, Frog, where am I at?
You're like at the stairs, right?
Am I like right here or something like right there-ish?
You're generally right here. Everyone else is by the door pretty much. It doesn't really matter exactly what square you're in, but you're generally in this sort of a setup.
But yeah, Oscar would be like, well,
Kane's not here, so let's just move his happy ass over here for now. And then
he's pooping.
Oscar would generally be... God, this program needs to be cleaner. You son of a bitch.
I can fly.
Oscar is generally in this location.
Okay.
He's like, go. Tell your people to fuck off and go.
These aren't my people.
For the record,
I need to go that direction.
Everyone behind Caleb's character can absolutely hear this conversation. I've got water on my keyboard. Can absolutely hear this conversation as well, and you're more than welcome to have open dialogue.
Asher's just back there going, I can't see or hear shit. What the fuck is going on?
It's just one person. We got this.
I can't hear you guys.
No. It only blinds you. It only blinds you. It doesn't blind and deafen you.
It said blindness and deafness.
Well, you choose one.
It's one or the other, and I blinded you.
Yeah.
Okay, I still can't see. What the fuck is going on, guys?
Thermal just saying dwarf. It's another fucking drow.
Oh, fuck. Then Asher replies in Dwarvish, kill the fucker then, Jesus. And he starts like trying to feel for a fucking rapier.
I can understand Dwarvish, and I spin around to Asher, and I I guess I'm gonna attempt to. Am I still under the effects of the suggestion or whatever?
We haven't
Yeah,
done anything to
for
be
up to 8
like,
hours.
when we haven't attacked you.
Yeah, but you just threatened to attack me.
We have to actually be
You
hostile
actually
to
do
like.
hostile towards you.
We have to actually.
I
like,
spin
attack
around
you.
and like I'm like fucking ready. I'm staring right at Asher.
Well, if you're not with the drow, then what are you?
Wait. Do they look like Senra? Do they remind me of Senra?
No. This
They
would
don't?
look. This would look relatively drowish in nature. Caleb,
Because those-
correct me if I'm wrong. What color are your eyes here?
So here, give me a second. I'm gonna DM you something.
How long is Asher blind for? Do I get to
a
make?
minute.
Yeah, it's not too long.
Do I get to make any saves like at any point in time, or is it just I'm fucked for a minute?
Yeah, let's go with you're fucked for a minute. It's more fun that way.
Yeah. I
It's
once
exciting.
got
I like-
deafened because
I-
someone clanged a gong in a hallway. You could be blind for a minute.
I like the concept that this is going on, and Asher's like, what the fuck? Like in the background of a cartoon, you know, like feeling around and shit.
Hey man, just be
Asher's
happy you aren't
just gonna-
deaf. You have to pretend like you can't hear everything for the entire session and talk really loud.
Wait, I remember that session. That was my session, right?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
talking about you,
I remember that.
motherfucker.
Person. Oh, okay.
So however I look in that context.
Okay. Just to validate something, and I'll try to speak as very vague because I don't want to take away any of your thunder. So everyone else might be confused of what I'm going to ask. Every inherent quality, including mystical, or just the physical? You know what I mean? In other words, the extent of what you're suggesting.
I look as true to who I was trying to impersonate as possible without breaking the game.
Can I make an insight check on what they said about these aren't their people?
1 second. Sorry, because this is actually a very specific detail that I need to know.
Yeah.
Otherwise, because it might change the direction of the conversation. That's why I'm taking a minute to flesh that out.
Thermal is just totally gripping his halibut, ready to attack this thing, getting a little bit closer.
Halibut, you're making me hungry. That hallowed bread, though, it's like price checks. Yeah, Caleb, what are you writing me an essay?
No. So, it'd be easier to say in person, but I don't want to blow it for everybody.
You could just say yes or no.
Rules as written, no.
Okay.
But the way that my character is, they would
But-
get as close as possible.
I got you. Okay, so
and as a
Oscar.
level 7 character, I might have that capability.
I got you.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna roll with something that's fair. It would make sense.
Okay.
So Oscar, you said you want an insight, correct?
Yeah,
Go ahead, roll an insight.
that's a 7. Oscar's gonna be like,
Well, wait, Asher.
Yeah,
no, Asher.
sure.
Fuck, dude, you're blind. Thermal, roll an insight as well.
I can still hear him.
Yeah. No, this is a visual. This is a visual thing.
yeah, sure
Okay.
you are.
Thermal, you grab your halberd. You see this because you're actually sitting next to Asher, and he's already indicated that he's turning to Asher. He's on the defensive. He's fucking a cornered mouse, right? You know, he's a fucking cornered animal right now. And as he looks at you guys, Thermal, something strikes you as odd. You can't quite place your finger on it, but you are very savvy with the dealings of the Underdark, the atmosphere, the citizens, the just life down here generally. You look at this person, this drow elf in front of you, and something is off to you. Something just doesn't add up. And I'm gonna PM you directly. You know what? No, fuck it. I'll just say it out loud. You look at the face of this person. There's a twinkle in the eyes that seems different than what you're used to. And then I will flesh that out. But you're welcome to, what the fuck is the word I'm looking for? Roll with that, and then I will PM you a more detailed what I'm trying to say. As soon as I find your fucking tab.
Okay, then he's gonna try something. If you're not Drow, what are you?
You read that? Did you read that,
And
Dealing the
he's
Dwarf?
Yeah, and he's saying it in undercommon. See if they respond.
I'm just a woman.
You know Undercommon?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah.
Someone's gonna put the halberd away and go for a tackle, try to restrain him with rope. And yeah, I got you, Frog.
Okay. So, out of character, we're gonna pause for a second. We can engage in this hostile environment if you wish, okay? I'm just gonna be flat out. This is coming from a DM's perspective. I'm trying to get you guys together, right? And the increased hostility and
you are not effectively de-escalating the situation.
You know what I mean?
He just puts his hand out in front of Thermal and says, "Hold on a second. So, why would somebody impersonate a drow?"
And Thermal say in common to them, the eyes are wrong, not Drow.
So what are you doing down here then?
Blind shit. I can't. This not being able to see kind of fucking sucks. You're not a drow. What the fuck is going on?
I was sent here to do a job.
I take it didn't work out.
I suppose that's up for interpretation.
You were locked up in a dark room with all your shit on the ground. I don't think you really hit the mark there, Chief.
You don't know if I was... You don't know if I was... Or you don't know anything about me.
I know all your weapons are back there in the room and you're trying to use a toothpick to fight with. I did see some shit before you closed my eyes, you jackass.
Just because I was in the room with it doesn't make it mine.
Guys, let's just let him leave. I really don't give a shit.
I don't either, but I can't see and I'm kind of pissed off.
We'll just motion to the entrance to the
You can
go that way.
If I let you see, can I go?
I don't give a shit. Listen, I don't care what your mission was. You kind of bumbled. You turned it into a kerfuffle. We kind of saved your ass. It's whatever. You want to be a jerk? Go ahead. I don't care. I fucking hate this city. Every time we've come here, things have went to shit. I've lost fucking friends. We just had another fucking person die. I don't give a fuck what you want to do. Hanging out with us isn't really conducive to new people, but do whatever you want. If you want to hang out with us, cool. If you don't, I don't care. I just really want to be able to fucking see.
Oscar's like, you know what, you're right. And then he begins to walk away.
Well, hold on, before you go that far,
I can't move.
You have I'm gonna say you're not here for me.
No, we were here to figure out why to investigate drow attacking the poor innocent civilians upstairs in Mirladar. We came down here to figure it out. We killed a bunch of drow in here. We lost one person fighting these fucking drow bastards. And then we heard scuffling in the room. We went to check it out, and then you blinded us, or blinded me. I don't know. If you want to go home, go home. I don't fucking blame you. You don't want to be down here in this shitstorm with us. I don't even want to be fucking down here.
If you're
I've
not
got
here for me, then
to do than deal with you.
if you're not here for me, then that does mean that you have saved my life.
You're welcome.
And
I generally
shut up. Let me talk.
We don't really care about speeches much here. Just hurry the fuck up and let's go.
Asher's the one who's gone on a fucking tangent here.
I'm talking to all you guys.
Asher's having a fucking moment here.
I mean,
For the record,
since you
for the record, being blind is quite a traumatic experience.
and every time Asher's been to Mirador, someone has died. The last time he was here, Mithrax died. This time he's here, Alicia died. He doesn't like the place.
I'm gonna drop the blindness, and I'm gonna say, since you have saved my life, the god of death is owed a life. So, speak a name so that I can make, that I can shit. I'm trying to say it in a better way. The god of death is owed a life. So speak a name, and I will repay the god of death.
Does it have to be humanoid? Because I know a name.
Oh shit.
She's
Any
a hag
name.
named Anatole. A hag, Anatole. She took some friends of mine. Took a lot of things from us.
I thought you were gonna say the
That bitch can
dragon.
die. Nah, I don't. Asher doesn't really want the dragon dead. He doesn't care. Anatole has fucked his life up.
If you have any
And
spare
killed a bunch of his
murders,
friends.
there's this pale-skinned elf that I don't like.
A name has
So-
been spoken.
Damn. Rats.
You know what? In private, please, Caleb, can you roll me a religion check? Make sure nobody else sees it, please.
You can do
Oh,
just
gotcha,
a GM,
yeah.
I believe.
I'll just roll it and tell Frog.
Well, no, if you go to religion and right click on it,
Oh,
it'll have the to dungeon. It'll say dungeon master, and then roll it.
interesting. Can I keep the one that I rolled on hard dice, Frog?
As long as you're being honest, I'm okay with it.
Okay.
Is this thing that you just did, is this a feature or is this just flavor?
What are we talking about?
The
This thing that I just did.
Give me a name scenario.
This is just my character.
Okay, cool. Flavor. I'm okay with. I love flavor. All right, good. I just want to make sure. Okay.
No, he's not Light from Death Note, who can just
Yeah,
put
I
a
know.
name in a fucking notebook and they die.
Boom! Dead!
I was just curious. Thrain buffoons. But all right, cool. All right,
He
cool.
did that character as he thought of buffoon. It's like that was a better name.
I grabbed a chip and I'm eating it.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, so that was pretty cool. Forgive me, didn't mean to interrupt. I'm gonna continue to eat my croutons. Continue.
So, what's your name?
I am no one.
Everybody's got a fucking name. I'm Asher.
Can I insight check Asher?
What are you inciting?
Go ahead.
I just want to
That's not your name. I
discern
don't
whether or
believe
not
you.
I can, if I feel like I
That's
can
really-
at least divulge a little bit of information about what I'm about.
Divulge a little bit of information of what you're about.
See if she can trust me.
Yeah, but not
See how
like
much he doesn't
just
care.
like I'm trying to vibe check him.
Well,
Is he worth divulging stuff about myself.
Yeah. Since you asked for an insight check, go ahead and give me your roll. We'll start there.
Yeah, that's pretty shit. 11.
I mean, you look at him, you realize your situation, right? You are in a location that you don't even know where the fuck you are. It appears like you're in a goddamn sewer. That's number one. Number two, you're outnumbered. Number three, he's angry. He's clearly emotional. You know what I mean? Although the other two seem to be a little bit more on the calmer side. And then you got Oscar, who's just like, all right, man, just fuck off. Leave me alone kind of scenario. You know what I mean? Like,
He walked away.
Yeah, you're in a situation. You're in a weird situation, and tensions are high. No one is charging you. No one's aggressing you. No one is outside of the realm of what, normal conversation. Like, hey, all right, you just barreled through me. You fucking blinded me. Who the hell are you? You know what I mean? Outside of that kind of interaction, nothing else. Like, you don't see him palming anything. And he seems like he's a very cut and dry kind of guy.
And I would say, just for it too, once Asher got his sight back, you did see he would have relaxed a little bit more. Like,
Okay.
He's not so much on the let's fucking go thing. He's had him now that he can see he's not in fight or flight mode. He's more of what the fuck is going on? What, there's a person here. They've been through some shit. He's trying to not necessarily de-escalate, but he's not wanting to fight right now. He's just trying to have a conversation with them, see if he can figure something out. So that's what you kind of gather.
Awesome.
Okay. All right. I serve the god of death, which should ping on everybody who knew Anahel that maybe we both had the same kind of religion. Basically.
Did
Anahel served the god of death?
God?
What?
Sorry, what did... One at a time. I only heard one thing.
I was asking out of character, did Anahel ever tell us what her god or goddess's name was?
I don't know that me and Frog ever hashed that out.
That's very simple.
Okay.
Well,
no roll.
To a degree, there's a couple of different gods in each, right? That's the standard. There's also this guy. It really is a matter of which one you want to do. So for now, we'll just say X, and then we'll fill in the blank in a public post, because there's different types of death, right? There's the evil kind of death, and then there's the death that's like, oh, that's a natural process of life. You know what I mean? So we want to be clear.
The specific way that Anahel's death god worked was basically there are angels that escort the dead to the spirits of the dead to the afterlife, and that particular death god is the one that actually just like the bookkeeper who keeps track of everything. It's not about evil or good. It's about
your god is Peter at the pearly gates recording everyone's name.
Or we could just make it up and just call it the ferryman or something.
Sure. Yeah.
Nice. I love the ferryman.
The ferryman. The god of spiritual escorts to the greater realms, or whatever the fuck.
The god of transition.
There you go.
Yeah. Not so much just that, but as well as like people die, they need to be sorted. Everything needs to be kept orderly, that kind of thing. So it's very lawfully oriented, but also kind of like neutral.
So lawful neutral makes sense. Because
you
lawful
see
doesn't
that
necessarily mean to be good.
Yeah, that looks perfect.
That's fucking dope as shit. I'm gonna put it in Gen Chat for everyone.
Okay.
That's basically the banner of his god.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh, your god likes skeletons. Cool. I used to like skeletons.
So, yeah. Anyways, I'm simply here to make sure that the god of death is owed, or is paid what it is owed.
Anyone in particular you're looking for? Maybe our jobs can line up.
He just
Payment
happens
was
to have that
placed.
information.
The payment was
Sorry.
placed for. Hold on. That's a lot of I's and L's. Zilitha.
Does
Matron of House Zindra.
that ring any bells with what we might know of anything, Frog? I don't think so. I don't know. That name doesn't sound familiar.
Is that the woman from the lighthouse? Or the beacon?
No. But I would like. What lighthouse are you referencing, Oscar?
It's the other individual of the same rank as Bari.
No. That's somebody else. That's Mari, I believe. No, that's completely different. No, Zilitha. Thermal, are you there?
Yeah.
Give me a history check, please.
Uh, 10.
The name Zilitha resonates with you, but only in passing, like a story you may have heard. You're like, oh, I recognize that name. It's not an unknown name, but you just can't seem to really place it.
Gotcha.
So, who's Zilitha and why does she need to die?
Sorry.
How dare you be hungry during the game?
You son of a bitch! You should have prepped.
Like, I didn't need to hell 2 hot dogs
Okay.
whilst trying to give the intro.
So a life was paid for, and I was dispatched.
Who paid for it?
The god of death does not care.
So are you an assassin or a mercenary? Or are you little column A, little column B?
I'm, I guess, what you would call an assassin, yes.
All right. I can't judge much. I was a mercenary before this, so we all sell our blades to kill somebody. Mine was just a to whom it may concern. Yours is a addressed letter.
The woman is the leader of the Drow who are invading into Mirladar.
And why didn't you just lead with that, buddy?
Oh no, not more to do with these fucking drow.
They killed Amicia and they caused the death of my friend. Fucking words, Mithrax. Kind of want to get some payback. Amicia was just a kid. She didn't deserve to die that way.
How long have you been traveling with these drow in disguise? What do you know of them?
I've been infiltrating their society for a long time.
How many
What?
drow are remain?
That's a great question, Frog.
Okay, so you are aware of a civilization, the name of which escapes you and me at the moment. There's a for lack of a better term, there's a town down there.
How big is it like equivalent to the size of Mirladar, or?
Oh no. I would kind of put it in the.
Give me like a
Yeah, I'm gonna get
number, like a ballpark number.
Let's say fucking
Like Bestow?
Bestow sized. Yeah.
Translate that to something that works in universe.
A couple of hundred.
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm not telling you to say that. I'm just saying
Yeah.
I communicate that in a way that makes sense within universe.
Love you guys.
That many, huh? Right under the city. Well, I'll be damned.
And Asher's kind of went into the room that nobody was in, since that's the only name we know her by, or he by. And he starts gathering. He grabs like her bag and the short sword and the dagger, and then comes back out while everybody else is talking, and just kind of sets it down like towards her, like, "Here, might want your stuff back."
So, any knowledge on what these drow want and why they're on the surface killing the people of Mirador?
So, Caleb, how much information do you wish to divulge as background? Because I could fill in those gaps because we haven't had a chance to talk about those details. So I could take the liberty and fill in gaps, but you need to tell me how much you wish to divulge.
I'm gonna say I believe that they're trying to make a desperate grab at the surface in order to gain more power for their infighting amongst themselves.
But not the specifics as to what they're going for, just the reality that they're trying to go for something.
Technically, I don't care. I only care about completing the contract. That's all I really cared about.
Okay.
It wasn't about gathering information.
So then let me take the creative liberty. So as you ask that question, you already know that Zilitha is the matron mother of the House of Xandra, who clearly is a drow elf. She's obviously a female. The Durgar would probably jump in and be like, "Oh yeah, females are usually the head of their societies, you know, blah blah blah." The males tend to be the drones, the nobodies, the weaklings, the shitheads, generally speaking. So the information, you know, about Zilitha that's been divulged is this: that, you know, she's what's the phrasing? You know, someone who's trying to save their people, like a hero, but not a hero. Person who does what they think is good, but at the expense of others around them. You know what I mean? Dictator.
A penis potato.
Sure, a penis potato. You know, she's trying to save her people, right? There's this scepter that gets brought up in conversation that appears to have been removed from the house of Xandra, you know, and she appears to be in this mission of trying to reclaim her birthright, her, you know, to reinstate her being, her presence. She and also this new guy, Caleb's character, who has been yet to be named, also would kind of go like, oh, you know, she's a tall, slender drow elf with like this long, silvery hair and piercing green eyes, which is very odd for this race. Wears like black leather armor with some gold and silver trims. He'd go into the details, or she'd go into the details of the city. It looks like it's cut in and around some black glass like rocks and things like that. She would most likely tell you that she is not only a very skilled combatant face to face. She also seems to harness some degree of arcana, that of which is unmeasured right now because it's not something she does willy-nilly. So in her infiltration, he's never got a chance to really see outside of sparring. You know what I mean? Nothing crazy. There's also a room down there, a building, a house, a room, a structure that she was not allowed in, that was heavily guarded, and only Zilitha was seen going in and out of this building, structure, house, right? Very, very guarded. Rumor mill has it. Rumor mill around the town was a high value item thing was housed in there that no one had access to. And that's all I'm going to give you guys as far as what Kato's character would divulge as far as information. And I'm going to kill my kids because I told them to go to bed. Give me 1 second.
Dead.
This is interesting.
Looks like we can have more ears to bring up.
Yeah. Speaking of which, do you think we should go back and tell them, what we found out, that we're going to be going deeper and that they should probably set a guard at this hole?
Would be the best
So-
option. At least we know there's something happen if we don't come back.
Yeah, we can go tell Chun what we found out, and they can set a guard, and we'll tell them we'll delve deeper, and maybe renegotiate our pay.
Let's just get out of this place. We gotta bring her body to the church. Also, we should all get fixed up there. Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
Until the debt is paid, I will travel with you.
Sounds good, nobody. Hopefully you last longer than the last one did.
Yeah, try not to lose your head. Let's go.
So what's the plan? You guys are going back into town, or are you going deeper?
We're going back to town so that we can have Amicia's body buried at the church. Asher's going to go and talk to Tal Rune and inform him of what's going on.
Turn in the ears.
We'll turn in the ears and everything. He's probably not going to go to the church.
Sleep at
He
the
will go talk to Tal Rune.
And we're coming right back here.
So
I
who's
don't know.
going?
Last
Who's going to
part.
the church?
Guys, I'm gonna
Oh.
turn off my headset and close down my Discord because I'm having a real hard time understanding people. It just keeps cutting out, so I think it's on my end.
Okay.
So who's
Oscar's
going to the church?
church
Oscar?
first.
Okay.
Yes.
And then everybody else is going to tell Chun. Then I'm guessing.
Asher's going to Tal Rune first. I mean, everybody else can do whatever they want, but
Eustace, you going to tell Chun?
Yeah, I'll go there as well.
Okay. Thermal, where are you headed to? Church or Tal Chun? Or Tal Chun?
I'll head to the church.
Okay.
Brock,
All right.
how many ears were we able to collect from the drow? How many did we kill?
17 pairs.
And that's
Fuck
1 gold
yeah.
per pair, right? So 17 gold.
Something like that, yeah.
17 gold per person.
Yeah.
Yes, per person. All right, cool. So here's you gather your shit together. And I'll put Caleb's character on autopilot as she puts on her backpack and puts the daggers on her hips. You guys turn back. You look over into the hole in the wall, the access point that you are confident seems to be the location where these drow have made entryway into the sewers here. And you can hear like the cave's breathing. I've used that analogy before, but you can feel the air pressure just kind of, in and out, and the smells are very musty and wet. Like not a rancid, dank smell. That's the sewer, but in here it just smells like cavern. You know what I mean? That those who've ever been in a cave system before, it has that aroma, that odor, that sound barrier kind of a feel. But you make your way back through the sewers, through the rats, past the dead bodies as you collect the last bit of ears, carrying Amicia's body. She's now, I believe, wrapped up by Oscar. I believe you wrapped her up.
Yeah.
You make your way towards the stairs as you teamwork makes the dream work, helping getting her body up the manhole back into town. We will take care of the Tal Rune situation first. So let me change the map real quick for everybody.
Oh, one thing Oscar would, as we're like leaving, be like, make sure to like bring proofs of those tentacle things too, because that's not normal.
By the time you get back to those tentacle monsters, you can see the rats are already doing some work on it. There's still stuff to bring back, but the rats have definitely began to chew as my daughter brings my rat here. My rat. So the rats are doing some work. We'll go to Telchun first. You make your way towards Telchun, or at least the barracks there. The barracks that lie just on the other side of the main castle-like structure, or the home of the Thrain himself. Entering the barracks, which was once again Eustace, Asher, and I'm assuming Caleb, you're going to Telchun as well then, yes?
Who else? Sorry. One group is going to Telchun. Is there another group?
The other group is going to the church for Amicia's body. To give her a last
I'll go to the church. Okay, not fantastic. To Telchun.
All right, so Eustace and Asher, you make your way through the entryway. Eustace, I assume, is holding all but like a bag fucking full of ears.
It's a tentacle.
Yeah, you got tentacles wrapped around your fucking neck like Jake the Snake Roberts. And you walk in, and there's your boy in front of you, Asher, who seems to be on shift. Hey, Asher, welcome back. That was fast. Are you okay? Everything okay?
Yeah, we're okay. A little beat up.
DM's frog.
We took care of some of the drow that were down there, but we found some stuff that Telchun needs to be made aware of.
Oh my! Like what? Is everything okay? Are we safe?
Maybe, but no. We need to talk to Telchun. There's more going on than we thought.
Oh shit! Okay. I'll get him right away. Here, just stay here. I'll be right back. And he kind of, with haste, seems.
You have anything to drink?
In the barrel. In the barrel. There's a ladle with a barrel with water. Yeah, it's a shared drinking experience, but hey, it's moist and it's wet and it tastes.
Asher's at 22 HP, so he's gonna take it.
Yeah, he's fucking dunk your head in it. It tastes of dwarven saliva. But as Kyler, I believe we named him, makes his way to the back. Come on down!
He's hollering for us to come down?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm assuming we'll follow.
Absolutely. You hear kind of like just back and forth dwarvish talk, they're on their way kind of stuff, and Kyler exits the office, allowing you guys to go through. Kyler kind of does one of those shoulder pats as you pass by. Eustace, you're first in. It's a desk, seats. Are you going to stand or sit, Eustace?
I'm kind of going to put on my the bags and the stuff on the desk. I'm going to grab a seat.
Telchun will respond. Oh, you found them? All of them? Is our problem solved?
No.
Maybe for a night or two.
What do you mean? What's going on? Asher, what's happening?
We got a lot of problems, Telchun. First of all, did you know the sewer has these things that look like floating eyes with tentacles hanging down from them with teeth that are really grabby and like to try and eat things?
I do remember the architects of Merladar, when they were first created, mentioned a self-sustaining system.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was of the biological kind.
Yeah, well, they didn't seem like something you'd want under the city. There were 4 of them. We killed them because they attacked us.
Well, I mean, I guess self-preservation always comes first, and
yeah.
Oh boy, I'm truly sorry. I feel like I wasn't educated appropriately on the danger.
Yeah, I don't think they were supposed to be there. They didn't really mesh with the aesthetic, but I expected those cube things that look like angry Jello.
Oh, we've seen them
Not
seen them in
this.
the mines. Those are awful
Yeah, one of
creatures.
those killed Mirladar or Mithrax, but it was the last time we were here. But I wasn't expecting that. You might want to check that out. I'm not telling you how to do your job. It's just been a long day. And is there another seat? Because Asher's definitely sitting down.
Yeah, there's the one. There's two.
Yeah.
Right now, Eustace is standing behind the one with the shit on his desk, and then you're to the left.
Yeah, Asher's definitely sitting down at this point, and he's like, also, we did lose somebody. Amicia, the young woman that was with us, she is no longer on this mortal coil.
Sure, I'm sorry.
I really got to stop losing friends whenever I come to the city.
Maybe it's you. No, I'm just kidding. You didn't say that.
Start to throw hands.
It's just like, oh. But no, also, when we were doing that, we found a hole in the sewer where someone's tunneled into y'all's sewer from the Underdark, the Drow have. And, I mean, you can tell it's been mined out. This was definitely planned out. We met someone underneath there that is on a similar path to ours, but not exactly. She's trying to. Can you, Frog? What was the lady's name again that she's trying to kill?
Zilitha.
He mentioned she's been contracted to try and take out Zilitha, some type of matron for a drow house. I don't know how this shit works, but this is what we know. And that they're making a play for Mirladar because of the scepter that y'all have. That's why there have been drow attacks.
That doesn't make sense. The scepter has always been in the House of Thrain for years. That doesn't make sense. The king himself claimed it as his own as he just, cleared up the dangerous parts of this place. That doesn't make any sense at all.
Well, apparently it's...
Zilith is known to be some degree of an extremist, a dictator of sorts. She enslaves her own people. How can she possibly have any word on this whatsoever? Last we heard, she was slaughtered.
Apparently she's still alive and is rallying the cause, and that scepter has some type of magical or religious value to them. I don't know. It was a lot to take in. But we're going to go back down there.
I would agree. If they've been causing that degree of havoc and spreading their dark influence, we must act quickly.
We're going to have to reevaluate, because we took care of the drow that were attacking on the surface. But if we're going to be going further into the Underdark to stop all of this, we're really going to need to reevaluate compensation. This whole one golden ear shit, it's not going to work, because we're going to be doing a lot of work down there. And y'all are going to need to post guards on that hole until we get done. Or if we don't get done, have guards there until we figure out what's going on.
With the mighty Thrain, I'm telling you, if you're going to renegotiate the contracts that you've signed but hours ago, we'd have to really lean into the.
That was before we were going to go. That was before we were going to go try and take down a whole house and a dictator and overthrow their shit. That was just to stop the attacks, which we've done. And I pour out the 17 ears or pairs of ears.
Pretty good rate if that's only like hours of work.
I can't guarantee the Thrain will. Oh man, this might be my rank. They're tight lock and key right now. Give me a persuasion check. Yes, you can use guidance.
Do I get advantage from having good history with this guy?
No, but you can roll advantage because of the ears. 17 sets of ears is quite convincing.
Hey,
God, I rolled fucking 8. Oh my God.
Innate with
As
advantage.
Use inspiration.
Yes.
Fuck. Fuck it. I'm using the DM inspiration to try one more time.
Go ahead.
I don't get the advantage on that though, do I? It's just a straight roll.
One die.
With guidance again?
Yeah.
Because you're a merciful God?
Yeah.
Okay. That was so much better. That was an 18.
Okay. Telchun would look down. If I do this and take this Lithuanian himself, then I suggest, upon the contract alteration, you head to the sewers, investigate the situation, you find out what those drow are up to, and put a stop to it. They can be dangerous, and if Zilitha is the name that's being thrown, whomever you may have heard this from, is I know of no current contracts or any kind of mercenary work outside of you guys, which means this could be an outside benefactor. Be on the lookout for any clues or information that can lead you to these drow elves. Maybe lean on to this person you found. Maybe they're holding something that is not fully in the light. You need to work together and work closely with this person. They seem to have a little bit of a intellect or knowledge more so than obviously I do, which is concerning to me. But investigate, gather as much information as you can. Sure, I can take this to the Thrain himself and see if he's willing to renegotiate. What are your terms?
I'd have to get back with my group where the other guys were going to bury our dead. And we can all talk as a group. Give us the... Frog, it's like evening time now, right?
That sounds about right.
Yeah. Let us have the night. Send some guards down there. I can give you rough directions to where it was at. Send guards, post them at that hole. A platoon, at least, down there. Let us have the night to rest, discuss our terms, because this is a big deal. And we can meet here in the morning. Is that fair?
What other choice do I have?
I'll speak frankly with you, Telchun. Me and the prince might not like each other. I don't know. But I mean, I've spilled blood and sweat and tears for this city, so I kind of have a vested interest here. So
I understand, and your loss is great. I'm no stranger to the concept of loss, and it doesn't get.
We've all lost someone defending this city.
Agreed, but hopefully these lives were lost for a good cause, and to be remembered. But do what you can, mourn your dead, do what you got to do, get some rest. Here, as he pulls out a quill and begins to jot down on parchment, hands it over to you.
What does it say?
It's basically a coupon for a free night at the hotel. It's basically a coupon to all room, board, food, whatever you need.
For like the whole group?
For the group, correct.
Fuck yeah. Awesome.
The presidential suite.
Hell yeah.
And Telchun would look to you, Eustace, and kind of give you a head nod to kind of gauge whether or not you're on board for this.
Yusuf will look back at him and like, make sure we keep this just between us for now.
What precisely are we keeping between us?
Like
the drow in the underground.
I am practically captain of the guard here. If I'm going to station dwarves and soldiers to protect the city, even for the next 12 hours, that's not something that you can just sweep under the proverbial rug.
I think what he's meaning is, say it's a drill, so we keep the public calm. You know, we don't want this spreading like wildfire with rumors. I think he's meaning, say it's a drill that you're doing to help bolster security with the attacks. So we want to keep a lid on the fact that there's potential for a all-out conflict between Mirladar and the Drow, just to keep people calm for now. I mean, we know how tense things were during the siege, and we don't want to see that happening again. I think that's what he was meaning. Am I right, Eustace?
That will work. Not quite what I had in mind. More importantly, what's the command order of the guard? Just curious.
What do you mean?
Well, who do your orders derive from?
Meaning who calls the shots?
Yeah.
Do you answer directly to the prince, or do you have someone just above you?
The prince himself I report to directly, as well as his right-hand man, whose name is here somewhere. You son of a bitch.
That's the one that was like winking at Asher
Yes,
the last time we were here. Yeah.
He's very gay. Very, very gay. And his
Oh,
name...
okay, that's so I'm not gonna lie, I was oblivious to that's what you were meaning. I thought you were meaning he was like when he was winking at Asher.
No,
was like he's trying to like screw him over, not trying to hit on him.
No, he's very gay.
No, he is trying to screw you.
Yeah.
Okay.
His name is Bartrund. So he says, I speak to the Thrain himself. Him, and if unavailable, Bartrund would also relay any information. Now, the inner circle of the castle itself does have their own secret service-like personnel, but they are a separate functionality outside of the overall rank and file of Mirladar. But when it comes to rank in Mirladar, I generally call the shots.
I think it'll be best if it's you, the prince, and his right-hand man that are the ones that are kept in the loop for now. At least until we iron out the details of our arrangement tomorrow. We'll go from there.
So be it. I will get this written up, redrafted, and then I will see if I can convince the Thrain to leave it as a blank check until your terms are met, and I will see what the prince's thresholds are. And then we'll go from there. Meet me tomorrow at the Ass Crack of Dawn at this location. Non-negotiable.
We'll be here.
For now, I will set up some sort of perimeter down there and make sure our city is safe, at least for tonight. Outside of that, I'm truly sorry for your loss, gentlemen.
No, that's the way war goes.
As you turn to leave, you open up the door, and you briskly see Tyler hustling down the hallway to his seat. You continue to walk down. You continue to walk down the hallway past his desk. Have a good night, Asher.
As Asher's walking by, he kind of stops and turns to him and says, in Dwarvish slowly, "Remember, curiosity killed the cat." I get it. You want to know what's going on, but remember, this has to stay private. And Asher's not trying to be intimidating by this. He's saying it as like a friend or whatever.
Persuade with advantage, please, because you have a relationship with this kid. He kind of looks up to you, sort of.
16.
Okay, cool. All right, Asher. I'm assuming dinner not tonight?
Know what? No. Before I march into the gates of hell, I'd like to have dinner with y'all. Tonight, if that's okay.
That's fantastic. And he gives you, on parchment, writes the address and tells you kind of generally where it's at, and says he's looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can't wait for mommy to find out. But yes, and then he would also extend the invite to your party.
I think Asher's not gonna let the party know. He's gonna have a moment, like a time to relax on his own.
Awesome.
Be a person.
Fantastic. And I believe is it Tyler that's taking care of the cat right now?
Tyler is taking care of Jaeger.
Right. Gotcha. And he'll say he'll have Jaeger ready to see you at dinner.
Awesome.
As you both head over to XYZ, let's do the church scene and then we'll take our break. So, Oscar, Nobody, and Thermal. You make your way to this church. Once again, very large structure built into a rocked stalagmite. This massive pillar that goes all the way to the rooftop of the cutout of the mountainside. Carved, this cathedral carved out of stone with those two massive doors that are like 30, 40 feet tall. And they're always kind of like cracked open, so you can kind of walk just through it into the entryway, where you have this massive opening, these stone pews, and this massive statue of Helm with an extended fist to the heavens. Different denominations of religion are featured in sections. Kind of like when you go to a Catholic church now and you see those candle sections where you can light those candles. Think of something like that, but different religions are present. Primarily the main statue of Helm, which is the centerpiece of this.
Do I see the Raven Queen over there anywhere, or anything representing her?
Great question. Please hold. While I find that answered for you, we're going to move on for the moment. Actually, no, because you're the one that's initiating this shit. Hold on. No. You would not see. Give me a religion check, please, Oscar. You should be pretty proficient with this.
Correct. I am quite proficient. 15.
With a 15, you see all the denominations that are present. You would recognize that the main theme of all these gods have in common seem to reside under law, order, and peace.
Okay.
So whatever god fits that sort of realm is what you see featured. Yeah. Unfortunately, the Raven Queen does not follow a law or an order in her perspectives.
Quite chaotic.
Correct.
No worries. Oscar does that little look around. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna do something about that," and then he's gonna continue to carry Amy over his shoulder, and then walk through the front gate of it, and try to find one of the clergy.
In fact, when they see a dead body coming through the doors, the clergy is very quick to greet you and assist you. They begin to ask probing questions. What happened? What's going on?
We were on a mission for the guards, and a monster got to them. I wanted for you guys to do whatever passing ceremony you have and bury them where applicable, as well as we were in a, and he indicates towards the other two, we were in a not so clean place. I would like for us to be cleansed or purified as well via your divine magic, if possible.
I'm terribly sorry for your friend. It's awful. And we would absolutely help you deliver this poor soul to Helm directly and give them the respect and the proper rights that should be made available. Here, allow me to take Amy from you to get her situated. Do you wish to assist in prepping the oils and the anointing of the gods?
Me and the gods have a very hands-off relationship, unfortunately. Though I've tried, I should more than once. I don't want to get in the way. Just let me know what needs to be done on my end, And like I said, please, before I leave, I want to make sure I'm properly cleansed. I don't want to get anyone sick.
Well, you've also come in with friends, it seems. Do they wish to be a part of given the proper rights so that...
Thermal just step forward.
I'm sorry, say again, buddy?
Thermal just step forward and I'll help.
They look at you for a brief second, kind of like, oh, that's... Didn't expect that coming from... They don't say this, but, they seem to be taken aback, not really common to do for a Durgar, so... But they will accept you with a slight bow as they turn to nobody.
Is this the same the chick who
Not yet. It's
talked
not
to us earlier?
Messam is not here yet. She is not present that you can see. Well, you don't see Messam, although you don't... Their character, you know what I mean.
Are there any altars to the ferryman? Being that they're a lawful god?
Yes, you would absolutely see that.
Are there any people around it, or is it kind of in a unused area of the...
It seems to be a less popular god.
Okay.
Not many people are cool with worshiping death, be that as it may. More
gotcha.
on the justice side of the equation versus death side.
Yep, got it.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna make my way over to there. I'm not gonna interact with this stuff there.
And we'll come to you in a hot second here. So, as they beckon to Thermal to join them, they bring you to a back room, Thermal. As Oscar, I'm guessing you're sitting in a pew.
He's just standing. He's just standing and waiting for someone to fix him up, so that he can leave.
Okay. As Thermal, you're brought to the back room. It's a single room. You actually pass by on the left-hand side of the big statue of Helm into a back room with a single room behind it. It's almost like where a priest would kind of live. And inside there, behind like a desk, you'll see Messam currently writing under candlelight. As she greets you, because I believe you've met Messam already. Welcome back, Thermal. Oh my, what do we get? And the clergymen are getting her up to speed on the situation. Oh, well, we would be honored if you would assist us in prepping the body for the proper rites. Please, Thermal, could you grab those jars over there in the next room?
So,
I'm sorry, what?
yeah, I'll do so.
You go into the next room, and as you open the door, you'll see a bust. Kind of like those things that you see armor on. Where you put like plate armor on, which currently has plate armor on it. On the plate armor, you'll see an effigy or a marking on it, that of the Red Knight. And behind the Red Knight, a mural of what looks to be a blonde female kneeling down in the corner that seems to be doing, and this is like drawn on the wall, that seems to be doing some sort of religious armor purification rites. And it seems like this is paying homage. Like someone took a Polaroid photo and then projected it onto the wall and painted it. That kind of a concept,
Yeah.
And then on the other side is where you would find the jars. While you're finding the jars, the other clergymen are unwrapping the body, which is pretty messed up. I mean, it's missing a fucking head, for God's sake. So as they're prepping and rolling, they're taking wads of disposable linens to kind of create a head shape and wrapping it almost mummified, and prepping the body. They begin to pray over the body, and they ask you to kneel down near them.
Yep, I'll join him.
As you kneel down, they look to you and say, "Is there anything you wish to say to Helm himself to assist guiding this soul with the help of the ferryman to the next realm?"
I'm not a follower of Helm, but I will say something to Moradin.
Please, grace us.
And he'll just start a prayer to Moradin. Basically the same funeral rites he'd give to many of the townsfolk that were lost in the attacks of his hometown.
As you continue this, they take the oil and they start saturating the head area and the chest area in this oil. They begin to kind of spread it around. They take an herb or some sort of leaf that seems to be crumbled or mortared into a powder and start to do kind of symbolisms and these crests and whatnot and draw all over the body. About a half hour of this passes by as you assist. They ask you to please assist carrying the body out to the altar under Helm.
Yeah, he'll pick her up, arm under the back, kind of supporting the fake head and the legs.
Absolutely. And as you do that, you come out of that back room to where Messam's already at the altar as she guides you to place the body in front of the altar for all to see. As that happens, now Oscar, I'm assuming you're still chilling, and Caleb, I'm assuming you're still at your little candle section. You hear the ringing of a bell. Bing! And everyone that was mid-prayer stops and begins to take a seat. We're going to go ahead and say there's about 47 people in this immediate area as Messam begins to offer a few words. Words like, we are guiding this soul as the ferryman can guide the soul directly to Helm himself for grace, glory, and peace, and everlasting love and truth. Messam would then go into some scripture and some hand gestures. Everyone quiet. You could hear a mouse fart in this church right now. As Messam wraps up her eulogy, she extends her hand. Does anybody wish to share any parting words for a recently fallen, as her spirit will be allowed to hear you one last time before the divine voice of Helm himself graces her and fills her soul with everlasting music and joy?
Oscar wouldn't go up, but he would look towards the body and just not like in a whisper, not like under his breath, just like as casual of a tone as volume as possible, just be like, "Sorry we couldn't save you." And then he would just close his eyes and wait.
You hear the dong of a chime again, or the bell. Bing! We are now to proceed with the cleansing, the cremation, as it represents the changing of forms, as her ash will rise to the heavens. They go through a ritualistic kind of parade out to the main courtyard, prepping a pyre. And they have that fucking chain with a little smoke thing at the bottom, and they're fucking doing that shit,
A censer.
Thank you. As they're starting to kind of do all this and some chanting, some humming. There's some song. As they light the fire and the body begins to burn, enter Asher, enter Eustace. As you two would observe the fires begin to crackle, and what you would see is the body laying down mummified as the fire begins to kind of block your line of sight as it begins to roar. You would approach behind Oscar, Eustace, as you see Oscar looking at the fire intently.
I see it's done.
Yeah, we just need to finish getting cleansed, and then I need to go find that gnome.
We need to have a meeting before we rest for the evening about our new arrangement with the prince.
I thought you said you didn't want to make a deal with that guy.
That was before the drow took 2 of my friends.
Rally at the end then?
Sorry, say that one more time.
So we'll rally at the end?
Yeah, we got 3 rooms there, thanks to His Royal Highness.
Oh, nice. All right. Well, as soon as I finish this here, I'm gonna go try to. If you guys want to make it fast, you could help me look for him. But I gotta get this thing going. Especially like if we're about to go down there in one of the most dangerous areas, on this continent. I wanna have that weapon ready.
We have to speak with the prince in the morning.
That's fine. That doesn't mean we have to leave in the morning to go down there. I don't know how long it'll take. Just give me. I'll try to get stuff started by then. I don't need to sleep, so.
Oscar, as
What's
you
up?
say that, coincidentally, you take a deep breath in, and you feel a slight burn in your chest. And it kind of feels like you have to cough, and you cough a little bit, and it's phlegmy.
Oh, fuck. And,
The
he,
hell
and he's
is
like,
that?
Look, this is why I came to. This is why I wanted to come to the church. I wanted to make sure I didn't catch anything from that sewer.
Are
You
sure
guys should
it's
all
not
go
from
to.
Are you sure it's not from the eyeball thing you dissected?
It could be. I mean, it was in the sewer, so I had planned to do this anyway.
I mean, I was in the sewer and I'm feeling fine.
Oh, how dandy for you!
Asher kind of steps back a little bit as he's hacking.
The more you
I
hack,
actually,
you know, a second. The more you hack, the more you feel as if you're losing the you're losing the ability to take a deep breath in. You can breathe. You're not like suffocating, but when you're like have bronchitis or something and you try to take a deep breath in and you can't like fully fill your lungs. You kind of get that sort of feeling. It's not a major situation right now, but you do feel as if it's wearing you down ever so slightly at the moment.
well,
All
sir,
right.
I got the tuberculosis.
Give me that fucking cleric. Get me though.
Your legs
It
aren't
should
broken.
be done soon. I can't breathe.
You know, you can get further if you say please.
Oh, thank you. Please and thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you so much.
So here's how I would like you to role play this, Oscar, and this is out of character knowledge for you that you can incorporate. Over the course until bedtime, you will be gaining a level of exhaustion. And here's why. You failed your con save last time we played. And your character, unbeknownst to you currently, you're suffering from something called sewer plague. Sewer plague, you suffer 1 level of exhaustion. On your actually, I'll read it verbatim. And you can only regain half of your normal number of hit points by spending your hit dice. And no hit points from finishing a long rest. At the end of each long rest, you can make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, you gain an additional level of exhaustion on one, and then on a successful save, you lose. So, you can either go worse and get sicker, or you can get better, basically, on a scale.
is there any way to treat it other than like greater restoration or something?
Yes.
I think I mean, how far is the ceremony over yet?
Yeah, you guys are wrapping up. The body's damn near burned. Yeah.
Oscar immediately is like, I'm going to mess her face or whatever. Means Oscar heads over to her and is like, thank you for the beautiful ceremony. But I had some other things that needed to be taken care of. I think I caught something on this last trek. Please help me. This seems very annoying and life-threatening.
Oh my. Looks like you got yourself a little bit of a cold. Let me feel you as she kind of touches your forehead. Well, you don't seem warm to the touch at the moment. You might just be having
magic
a cold.
on me. No, please use magic on me. Please.
Look,
please help me.
The work of Helm is not to be trifled with for little things like a cold.
Oscar takes out the gross. What's the color of the phlegm? Like
it has a green tint to it. Sure, it's phlegmy.
He's like, this is. I'm just gonna be real with you. Our adventure, we be in some gross ass places. Like, I'm going to pay you. Please just do the services, or have someone else do it, please.
Here, Oscar, I'm sorry, but the spiritualism that is Helm is not to be used for trifle things. We have people suffering from sickness and cancers all the time. Nature must take its course.
What did this bitch just say to me? In Oscar's head, he's like, this bitch just say she wants me to die?
And then I believe Helm said the information he gave you, Oscar, was out of character, and finds it strange that you're asking for direct healing 2 seconds after information was given.
No, he came here with that in mind in the first place. I didn't even know about the sewer thing. That literally the second thing I said after I came here was we were in a gross place. We need to be cleansed, or we're gonna be sick and spread sick. So that is the second thing I said.
Well, Messam would definitely still say that, there are sick people on this planet, in this world, in Mirladar. We have people die from disease and illness, and although Helm is known to have the power to cleanse, unfortunately, it's not something that's just handed out. Helm saves whom he feels deserves to save. I can't just, because I'm asked to. It's not the way the grace of Helm works. I apologize, but you look fine. Maybe what you need is a cup of water and a good night's rest.
Oscar's like, you know what? This city, this whole country, these dwarves. I don't even like these dwarves. Like, they've been nothing but shitty.
Make it really hard to like a lot of your NPCs.
What are you talking about? You walk into any church and ask to grab from the fucking donation bin. Are they going to give it to you? No.
I'm saying I'm going to pay them to use their rights.
What the fuck? You're going to go to the priest in real life and be like, I'm going to pay you to cleanse my house. Like, no.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way. Clerics that have magic, and
that's
a lot of people do that.
Exorcism.
Yeah, but just people because they have that doesn't mean they just be like, sure, grace of God, grace of God. It doesn't work that way, man. Just because you don't get what you're looking for on the fucking fly doesn't make the guy a bad guy. It's a fucking priest.
This country. Oscar Helm. Helm isn't a healer. He's a protector.
I want to go to the bar. Bartender, give me a mead. Okay, 1 gold. I don't want to pay it. I just want to drink it without consequence.
No. I said I will pay it. That's a completely separate thing.
Yeah, no. The Church of Helm is not going to be bribed.
Maybe we need to find a hospital, Oscar.
Okay, where's the hospital then in this place? Where's a place that'll take money to heal someone then? Fine.
Dearest Oscar, I think you are suffering from some sort of delirium.
Oscar turns around and he's like this. He's holding his resisting flipping her off so hard. He's like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Just. Oh, you know what? You know what? And in his head, he's like, you know what? Maybe if they do attack, this one will die. You know what? Let's have some solace in that. And he walks away. He's like, fine, fine. And he's like, Asher, let's go. Let's find the gnome so I can leave.
Hey, Frog.
Yes, sir.
Before we leave the ceremony, Thermal's gonna go right up to the fire,
Okay.
and while saying in Undercommon, lend me your fiery spirit to avenge you. He's gonna briefly stick his left hand into the fire.
Okay.
All right.
Roll a d6.
Yep. Five.
You take 5 points of burn damage onto your hand.
Okay.
Your skin begins to bubble slightly from first-degree burns.
That's all. All I want to do is finish that.
One of the kids that are nearby looks at you bewildered and kind of in awe, like, what the fuck did you just do? Like, what was that all about? As this custom seems to be very different from what he's familiar or used to.
And then he just takes his hand out and wrap it with a piece of cloth.
Once again, the kid's just watching you as you walk away with the rest of the group. All right, rest of the group, where you guys headed?
Eat and sleep.
Asher's going to go over to the inn to turn in our coupon, get cleaned up, and then go over to Kyler's for like dinner, and then we'll be back to discuss with the group before we go to bed.
Okay. Then let's just fast forward to the inn real quick. I didn't hear from Oscar. Oscar, you going to the inn as well?
I gotta find that gnome. Oh wait, actually, first I would send a letter. I would send a second letter telling about all the. So it would specifically be, oh, there's a good chance that there's going to be another battle at Mirladar, versus the forces of the Underdark and Mirladar, and that we should be prepared to if they ask us, though they probably won't, to at least send a squadron. He would send that part to Kuza, and be like, hey, like this is a possibility, and then he'd be like, oh, I forgot because I was so upset. Oscar would like drop, like he was gonna put down like a raven feather that he had from like when he had the beard, so he just put down one of those feathers somewhere along the church or whatever, and be like, oh, there you go. And then he would be like, he would tell Kavul, hey, they don't praise the Raven Queen here. Sorry, but I left a feather there for you. You're welcome. And then he would send another one to have it be a whole progress report to them as well. And then he would send another one to Wheels, like, hey, you need to send that thing even sooner, like, because this shit looks bad. I need that thing quick.
Okay. And you sent a letter the previous day as well, right? So there's going to be back-to-back letters.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. And whatever, and if I have to pay for like super expediency, like I'm okay with magic, like them using magic to send it, whatever. Just get that shit. I need that shit fast.
Yeah, they have one of those tubes that the bank uses.
Perfect.
No, but yeah, no. I'll say, well, we don't have to RP that, but yeah, you put a letter in the fucking mailbox, whatever. You pay for expedited shipping, sure. I'm okay with that sort of concept. Sweet. So that takes care of you, as well as looking for.
I gotta find that gnome, Frog.
Gregory.
I gotta find that gnome.
I know it's on your mind. I'm hesitant to RP that, but I understand the situation. I understand the need. We could work with that. Everyone else at the bar, or not the bar, the room first. So let's go to the room real quick. You turn your coupons. You go to the room. Once again, it's the second floor of the fucking Burning Beard, or whatever I call that spot. Forgive me, the name escapes me. And you go to the upstairs room. Beautiful suite. Big room, community room with beds kind of outlining the outside in separate rooms. It has all the accommodations you need. If there's anything specific, and I know I'm kind of burning through it real quick, if there's anything specific you need from the inn that the inn can provide, be it food, water, or drinks, let's just say it's on the house. So I'm chill with that. I would say this, Asher, though. You're prepping for this dinner. as the rest of the party presumably will be eating, or at least ordering food. What's Asher doing at this moment?
Asher's went into like one of the kids' room in there, and he's just getting cleaned up from fighting in the sewer. I'm assuming there's like a bath with water in it, like hot water in it, or what have
Absolutely.
you.
It's in a separate room, but yes, it's there.
Yeah, he's getting cleaned up, just getting the filth off of him. He hasn't had a bath in a really long time, so he's getting cleaned up. And then he's going to take a play out of Thalia's handbook. And before he goes over, he takes a moment to, not as detailedly as she would, but to like clean up his armor, his weapons and stuff, make himself look presentable.
Everybody else would absolutely be seeing Asher going through this, as you are sharing a community room. Even though he's in private taking a bath, he would have to come in and out to grab his shit and stuff, and you would see him cleaning up. You're welcome to add a line or two if you wish.
Going somewhere fancy?
No, a kid I saved the last time we were here fighting on the wall wants me to come over and have dinner with him and his family, so I'm going to enjoy being a person for a little bit.
Fantastic. As the rest of the party seems to be pretty chill, as they slop their food down, I assume Asher heads down to dinner with the family. And we can definitely RP that as well at some point here. Let's take a 10, guys. We're pretty late on the break. I don't want to keep you guys without a break. So let's just be back at... Is 9 minutes okay for everybody? There is some stuff I still want to go through. I'm hoping to get to tonight. But we shall see. Is 9 minutes okay for everyone, or you need more?
That's fine.
That's fine.
All right, so let's come back at 45 after the hour, gentlemen.
So how will that kill him attending his own funeral?
Honestly, I didn't enjoy playing, nor did I like the concept of her, so I'm just happy to be moving on with something I think I can enjoy playing a little bit more.
You weren't happy with Werewolf Girl?
I want to play a werewolf eventually at some point, but not that way.
She died so young.
It happens. It do be like that sometimes.
Yeah. Thermal's ready just to annihilate some drow.
Oscar's ready to annihilate some fucking dwarves. These guys are the least helpful.
I mean, you do have a valid point. Maybe you can get Kavul to come down.
Shit. If this thing continues to wear down Oscar for the next couple days, then maybe he will. Because that's ridiculous. You know what she essentially said to me, right? She was like, if you die, you fucking die. That's what they said to me. Yeah.
I mean, that's the natural progression of life.
Guess you die, man. That's just how it be.
That's fucking dumb.
And Kavul would make sure not to eat you because you'd be sick. Can't eat spoiled meat.
Guys, I'm gonna be real with you, Miladar. We sure we want to head down into the death hole?
Oh, we definitely do. Just wait till we have a little meeting here. I'll be right back.
What did he say? He said we definitely something. I'll be right back.
I mean, if they're a threat to the surface, they're a threat to my hometown.
Why do you guys live down there again?
It's nice.
From what I've heard about the Underdark, nothing about it is nice. is filled with deadly creatures, mind controlling monsters.
And he is weak.
You know what? I don't need to argue with you. Like you're another. You all. You know what? I have lived my entire life without any semblance of racism. But this town is. I'm developing it, and not in the way you guys would have
I'm
liked.
developing it.
Y'all not good people.
See, that's why I said the Durgar are better.
No, you're you're in Oscar's
You're
head,
part of
you're
the
in
problem.
You're in the same fucking boat, homie. The same exact one. You see, Oscar sees race, he doesn't see color. You look at you're the same as them to him. Just as stubborn, and just as much of an ass.
Well, we're completely different. We're the true dwarves. I mean, we're the better dwarves.
Okay, you see, here's the thing. There's dwarf in both of those, right? Even if you are a superior dwarf, you are still a dwarf. This is gonna be the second campaign where my character develops racism due to that race getting on him too much. Well, the first one, I guess, the first one technically wasn't a race. It was just fish people.
You don't like dwarves?
Fish are people too.
Nah, not those. He it didn't start that way. He started being indifferent to dwarves, but y'all trying to make him hate. Y'all are users and takers of things.
And then Oscar falls in love with a dwarven woman.
Like I told you, Oscar, that might not even be something in the cards for Oscar. He might be ace. I'm not sure. It would specifically take an individual who is just the right kind of mage. That's pretty much what it would take. And they'd also have to not be a fucking crazy person.
Well, then he definitely wouldn't like your mill. Right, Asher.
It would probably he'd probably be
Do
more.
what? I just sat back down.
Oscar's saying if you ever got with a mage, it would make sure not to be a crazy person. Said you definitely not like Rumil then.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Oscar's probably more inclined towards elves anyway, since like that's what he was raised. Well, raised is the wrong word, but that's what he grew up with, elves.
I mean, Rumil's an elf-ish.
Ramil identified as a pain in the ass.
Yeah, Oscar doesn't like those.
I mean, he was great. Just make sure you get the right personality.
Oh, this is the multiple. Yeah, no, fuck that.
He
shit.
almost got himself killed by rats several times.
Yeah, no,
Hey,
Oscar would be too annoyed.
Those rats are tough, man. Those are like New York rats.
Oh, them shits are
Nah.
next level rats. They're not like those island rats that be like swimming from island to island, but they're getting there.
Yeah, those wrecker rats, I tell you.
I think I might have gotten too much ice cream.
No, that's not
No
enough.
such thing.
Stir it up, and have it melt a bit so it looks smaller.
I just had some Jamaican food.
I've had
Nice.
a really shitty week, so I'm drowning my sorrows in ice cream.
I've been sick all week, and I have a party to go to tomorrow. I have 2 parties to go to tomorrow.
I got to work 3 12-hour shifts these next 3 days. So
My stepdad does that. Oh, that's what he does. He works 3 12 hours every week.
and then I need to talk to my boss because fucking I told him I needed every Thursday off, but what he did is scheduling me for next Thursday again.
Fuck that guy.
Oh God, fucking damn it!
Scheduled for the one after that too.
No, I forgot about my fucking appointment today.
Oof.
What was the appointment for?
Something important. I'll have to try to figure that shit out. Totally
sorry.
fucking skip my mind, even though they reminded me yesterday about it.
That'd be like that.
It's been a rough fucking day.
I don't know what I walked
Feel you
into,
there,
but
buddy.
I apologize. All right,
Oh, you
guys.
apologize for your dwarves? Huh? You apologize for your dwarves? Thank
Talking
you.
What are you talking about?
These dwarves. These
Uh,
dwarves.
What do you mean
What's
these
her
dwarves?
face that you were just talking to isn't a dwarf, I'm pretty sure.
No, she's not. She's human. But regardless of
The
which,
people that live here. This
Oh,
city.
Oh, you mean the woman that made a clerical error and gave you dirt cheap on the majority of the cool fucking fancy items you have? Or the cool soldier that's gonna go renegotiate the contract for you guys so you make more money out of it? Or the
We just
people
don't
that
like
gave you the
to look at this
goats?
one.
Or the people that look at Kane as a
I-
celebrity? Or the
I
guy
don't
who's
know- I
gonna
don't know
give you
about
the
this.
access to make the magical weapon? You talking about those assholes?
Oh yeah, no, he's an asshole too. What the fuck you mean? Just because
To be fair,
I work with
Frog-
them, they're assholes. They're all
To
assholes.
be fair, Frog, I think Thalia is revered more in a cultish kind of way rather than a celebrity kind of way.
And that's perfectly fine. What I think is going on here is the immediate satisfaction of getting what you want when you want. And I'm not that kind of dungeon master.
No,
I am not.
It's not even that. It's not even that. It's that every single time Oscar tries to like communicate with one of these people, they're just like, no, nah.
Name 2.
No.
You're asking for a blessing and a cured disease after figuring
No,
a disease
I-
that you just got less than 3 hours ago that hasn't even fully set in yet. You just started to cough. And you're asking for a cleansing. You don't even know
I
this
asked for the-
woman.
I asked. Well, none of the other priests like said anything either when I talked to them about it.
Why would they?
I just went up. The priest. This is a fantasy church thing.
You're right. You think
Oh,
every
but
priest
also-
has this magical doodad that they could do?
A little, but also you asked me to name 2. I'll name 4. So that person,
Okay.
the original, the individual that you were talking about, the one that shit up and wouldn't. I mean, they sort of had to negotiate, but they weren't going to in the first place. The that same dude that you said was gonna redo the order, when Oscar tried to communicate it at the original time, he wasn't going to, and then the dwarf that is building the thing, he was even bigger ass. He not only tried to scam me, he tried to make me sound weak for it, and then he punched me in the face.
Wait. You mean the guy with that? You mean the guy who was depressed because he can't do his art form that he's worked his whole life, or who lost his hand in an accident and feels that he's not good enough to do his job? You mean that guy who's wallowing in self-pity and depression?
Oh, okay. So that just gives him an excuse to treat everyone else like shit. No, it fucking
Yes,
doesn't.
it sure does.
No,
In
it
fact,
doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Raise the music bot volume for a second. I got something for you. You ready?
No, I'm not. I'm not.
I
I'm
got you.
actually mute
I
it.
got you. Hold on.
No.
Where is it?
It's muted. I can't hear it.
Oh,
No.
I can't hear it either for some reason. Oh.
I know you're gonna play the violin sound. I already fucking know. I already know what you're gonna play. Yeah, I can't hear anything.
The
I have
world's
ice cream
smallest
in the plate.
violin. Really?
Yep, I knew
needs an
that's what he was
audience.
gonna play. I knew that's what he was gonna do.
All
So
right.
that's what I would have done in that situation.
Tell us about how you feel.
So, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
I'll give you a grievance after the match today. All right.
What's
so,
grievance?
grievance. It's
What
a
does that
place that
mean?
you can write down all the things you're upset with, and you can mail
Oh, no,
it
I'm
to
fine.
me, and I'll read it when I get it, and put it in its proper location.
Fwog is mean. That's all I write. You're
It's
mean.
good stuff. All right, gentlemen. So, I do have some things I want to hit today. And for sake of respecting everyone's time, I mean, RP's RP, and I like the RP. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll go from
If we
there.
need to, we can cut out Asher having the dinner thing. We can do that whenever we come back.
That's fine.
So we can hit the more important story notes.
That's fine. That's fine. I mean, dinner itself. You know, there's some dialogue at dinner that I think would be nice to cover. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we can swing back. I mean, it's not urgent, but I do want to get you guys down in the cave still. All right, cool. So, Oscar, you die. No, Oscar. As you are asking around, you hear word that there is a workshop that Gregory tends to frequent. It's over there, behind the thing, around the corner, next to the doodad.
They all talk like him here.
As you make your way, you knock on the door. Come in.
I open the door.
You open the door, and there you see a little gnome tinkering away what looks to be like a siding or a metal thing that you would recognize belongs to the side of the so-called balloon, or the airship, whatever phrasing you wish to use. Oscar, hey, welcome back. What's good? How you doing? You don't look so good. Are you all right?
No, I'm not. This city's trying to kill me.
Well, yeah, these dwarves are kind of hard to get by, but, you know, the more you complain about it, the less you get. So it's not even worth complaining about.
Someone told me that if I die, I die.
That's usually how life goes.
Oscar imagines a firebolt in his hand, but he closes his hand. He's like, all right. That's besides the point. I need your help for a quick project.
I mean, I could try. What do you have in mind? I need to get up to the north. I got lots of appointments to make here, and then this whole debate. And it's no disrespect to you. I mean, you had nothing to do with it. It's not your fault, right? But I'm kind of behind schedule, so I don't want to be rude, but it depends on what you're asking for.
I saw you with your mechanical leg doodad things that you did. Would you be able to do something, even if it's only temporary, for a hand, for fingers specifically?
Well, I've been known to dabble in prostheses, as I call them. Fake digits and stuff. I can. I mean, how extensive are we talking about? Are you looking to change your arm out for a more mechanical one?
I am interacting with an individual who is who I'm trying to have perform a service for me. He's a smith, but he lost fingers in an accident. And I need the thing crafted ASAP because we've gotten dragged into something not so fun. So I need him to at least start it as soon as possible. Even if it's just a temporary fix, I reached out to one of my companions that is also one of the Council of Brecca, and they should be sending over something soon. I need something, a stopgap. I need something that'll get him started as soon as possible while we wait for that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm always willing to do a friend a favor. Yeah, I got no problem with that. Sure, give me the materials that you got so I can get it started.
What kind of materials do you need for such a thing?
I don't know. What do you got? I mean, as you can tell, my workshop's a bit empty at the moment. I'm using all the material I had for the repairs in the balloon so I can get out of here. But I mean, if you got, you're looking to make it out of what? Wool? And he starts laughing in a gnomish way, and as he made a bad joke.
Gnomish way.
The only items that I have on me that I think could potentially be used for this are the fey wood that I have. I was gonna use it for the crafting, but if that is useful, if anything else, I could just go and buy some materials from
Well,
from
I'm going to
someone.
say, if the individual you're looking at is a smith, as you said, and is by trade, he's going to need to withstand some degree of heat, right? Maybe an insulator. I'm going to need a couple of doohickeys and a whatchamacallit. If you can get me a doohickey and a whatchamacallit, I might be able to put something together. Yeah. It's not something
Can
that's
you?
going to be done overnight, naturally speaking. I mean, I got other things to take care of, but I can't necessarily, the weather tomorrow, I'm guessing the way it smells and the way it looks might be a little rainy. I won't be able to take off, so I could fill in that time, yeah. But I can't guarantee that service right away.
Uh,
But yes,
The-
I'll tell you what, I'll be in town for at least another 24 to 48 hours, it looks like, to finish the repairs in the balloon and to test it out to make sure, we don't have another bird attack. But yeah, I'll be around for that. If you can get me the materials within the next 24 hours, I may be able to whip something up for you.
where can I buy the materials? Just tell me where I'll go buy them.
Holy. Gee willikers, let me think. I mean, it's Millardar. There's no shortage of ores and metals. I would say even scrap, we might be able to square something away.
Okay.
But don't forget about the doohickey and the whatchamacallit.
How about you draw what a doohickey and a whatchamacallit looks like?
Absolutely. I thought you knew. You seem so intelligent. My apologies. And he'll just kind of.
Thank you. I don't work with things that aren't actually words.
So he draws a doohickey, and he draws down a whatchamacallit and a little bit of a diagram, and he kind of hands it over to you.
Is it like a screw and a wedge? Is that what these things are?
If that's what your mental projection is, feel free to go with that.
All right, whatever. Oscar would go and run around grabbing the necessary materials, and then he would throw them over. He would brush bags, give them to Jeremy. My head's no. Okay, I was right the first time. And then he would tell him the address of the inn, and tell him the name of the individual.
Okay.
And also I guess he would tell him like the specifications, like what hand it is and the fingers that are missing.
Gotcha.
And then he would head back to the inn and tell the matron or the bartender, whatever you want to call her, hey, I've gotten 2 things situated. Tell him to just be around so that the person can meet him when possible. Tell him to not abuse the person so that he can get what he wants, so we can get started. And then as soon as he's ready, try to reach me so that I can give him the materials so that he can get started.
Got it. So you want Gregory to start the project when he can. So start and then all those parameters. Okay, cool. And thank you for speeding through that, my friend. I appreciate your awareness of the time on that one.
Yep. I think that's. Is he there at the bar at the time?
Today, no, he is not.
Okay, cool.
All right. So is everyone going for the long rest then?
Yeah.
All right. That is a fast forward in time. We are fast forwarding to the next day. It is now the ass crack of morning. Oscar, you're going to suffer from your sewer plague, so feel free to roll a con.
You said I have to. Yeah, and I have to make this con save. Oh wait, not on there, on my phone.
One thing we needed to do before we took our long rest and went and talked with them was kind of make a game plan of what we wanted to ask for with for the prince and everything.
I got an 18.
Okay, perfect. You still have that level of exhaustion throughout the night, and you don't. Well, you no longer have the exhaustion, but you get the benefits of the long rest minus the health regain.
So my health is still at 18?
Yes, unless you heal yourself. That's a different story.
I can't do that. Well, I can, but I can only do it once a day. So.
But as far as that goes, Ash, yeah, take 5-10 minutes right now and go ahead and hash that out. What you guys want to renegotiate?
All right, so yeah, what do we want to renegotiate our deal to? Like, do we want money? Do we want items? Do we want some type of like establishment here where we are like recognized? Like, what do we want?
I still think we should try to get that crystal ball so that we can use it to find your friend, because that's currently our only method that I see to try to find your friend with that crystal ball.
Okay.
Saber, aren't we?
Do what?
We are trying to establish our name as Saber, aren't we?
Yes.
But maybe get a guild hall.
I mean, yeah. That's an option.
Business opportunity, perhaps.
Do what?
A business opportunity.
I mean,
How
that's a lot of like responsibility and bean counting for the game I play for fun.
Oscar is like looking around these. I don't like it here. But if that's what you guys want,
Oscar, you don't like it at all.
I don't really care. I like Brecca.
That's where you're the ruler? No wonder.
I'm not a ruler. I am part of a high council. I keep my responsibilities in the arcane.
City.
I do not rule over people, as I don't. That is not how I work. But if I just think we need to make sure we get a fair shake on whatever it is. The guy mentioned something about a blank check. So if we can get them to do that, and then you guys, what was the deal you guys got screwed over last time?
So the last time was they wanted us to go down into the mines and stop some attacks that were happening in the mines. And we went down there, fought a lot of drow, and chased them all the way back to where we were in the Underdark itself, not in the mines anymore. And we came back after spending like 2 or 3 days in the tunnels. And whenever we came back to get our, to let them know everything was cleared out and, everything was done, then that's when the prince was like, oh, you were supposed to bring us back proof and ears that you had killed them, and we ended up leaving with dick all for it. Because
so what were they supposed to give you though? Like, what was the payment?
Well, they gave us equipment because we had lost all of our equipment, but it was supposed to be aid in taking back Beaton, and it was supposed to be just stop the mine attack, the attacks in the mine. And then when we came back, he's like, "Oh, y'all have killed all the drow. You've eradicated all the drow," and it expected us to go march all the way to the Drow City, from what he had said. And then he was like, "Oh, we can't give you any aid. We gave you some equipment whenever you got here, and we can't send any aid to a city under our rule. But good luck." It's the abridged version, but yeah. So we have to be very specific with what we want.
Yeah, and we should keep it as simple as possible. So
guild hall from Thermal's idea and some coin, and just leave it at that.
But how much coin? Because we're gonna have to give them a number, or they're gonna be like, 1 golden ear, because they have some obsession with fucking ears in this place.
Well, how about we just combine them? How about we just say we get the guild hall and the crystal ball so that we can use it to find your friend?
That works. Other than finding my friend, what other purpose does what can the crystal ball do?
It allows us to. Well, here I'll just read it off.
It allows you to see things out there. It allows you to scry.
You know those things that the hag is doing to you guys? We'd be able to do that. I clicked on the wrong thing. One sec. It
has this crystal ball?
The store.
We'd essentially want the prince to buy it for us because it was worth a lot of gold. It was like 50,000 gold or some shit.
So you can see and hear a particular creature you choose that is on the same plane as existence. The target must make a wisdom save, which is modified by how well you know the target and the sort of physical connection you have to it. If a target knows you're casting the spell, it can fail the saving throw voluntarily if it wants to be observed. And then, depending on how well you know the person, and given that you had a very close relationship with them, from what I've been told, you're more likely to be able to see and hear what they see and hear, so we can find out where they are.
Okay.
And then this item can do this thing infinitely, so we could just use it for whatever purpose we would have. Like if the situation where one of us is stealthing ahead, the rest of us could stay behind while someone uses the crystal ball to be able to observe through that person's eyes, so we can all see what's going on. If there's an
Okay.
enemy that we've seen before that we want to try to peer into what's going on with them, we could do it. It has near infinite like potential.
So how about this? How about we try to negotiate for the crystal ball? That is like the thing we want, and then they recognize our group Saber as an official, group, and give us some recognition on that front, because we were wanting to talk about getting our group recognized, and that we are, I don't know how that would work. I'm not trying to say we're like celebrities, but like we're a recognized mercenary group force. Yeah, we have some, not like authority or reputation here, and we have some type of like backing from them, if that makes sense.
Formally recognized by the kingdom and the military.
Yeah, formal recognition by the kingdom as a adventuring group, mercenary band, what have you, and then the crystal ball.
And plus, if all else fails, if we ever need to, we could sell the crystal ball for big cash.
Yeah, and maybe a stipulation that any other job we take on for them has a 1,000 gold minimum. Just so that way, if there's any other...
Like, form a contract on that? I don't think that's a good idea.
As part of our recognition with them formally recognizing Saber, we have a 500 to 1,000 gold minimum for any future jobs. I mean, he's a royalty. He's got deep pockets.
Yeah, I think that's smart. What do you guys think?
Yep.
Crystal ball's a little too overpowered, but that's just me.
Well,
So
go central draw. That's what I think.
Do what?
Hell, if we knew that woman specifically, that we could even use the crystal ball to make it a lot easier if we had it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
But we don't, but that will be our reward. I think that's does everyone think that's a good idea?
Yeah, we're taking on a whole city, so.
Well, hopefully not the entire city, but yeah.
All right, good. Now that that's settled, there's one slight thing we need to talk about before we go meet with these people.
Mm-hmm.
For starters, I'm gonna look at the new person and be like, what do we call you?
Yeah, if we're gonna, we need a name. Can't just keep calling you nobody.
I can come up with a name.
In my life before I was a part of my organization, I was Jackin.
Jackin? Okay. And also, Caleb, is your character male or female, or are they like ambiguous?
Non-binary.
Non-binary. I couldn't think of the proper term.
Ambiguous. I like that.
I don't
Currently
wanna call them
they
Jackin.
are feminine.
Okay. Also, you still look like a drow, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, you should stop that.
Yeah. Is
Nah,
there any
everybody's
way-
everybody's seems to be perfectly fine with it here in Miradar.
That was an oversight.
Is there? I've imagined
I wasn't gonna draw any attention to it. If people were gonna let me do it,
it's
then I was
just
gonna do it.
around with a hood, like a really deep hood or something.
I'm okay with that.
Jackin,
I'm gonna call you Jackie.
is there any way you can change your appearance, like the disguise self spell or something like that, to make yourself look different?
You know,
I'd
like their
need
mortal
some-
enemies.
I'd need some time, but
How much time?
and like
A long rest?
Like,
yeah,
is
I
it-
need a second long rest right now. I don't want to.
Before the long rest, because we talked about doing this before we went to bed.
Okay, if that's the case, let's retroactively let's have this discussion before we do the long rest, because I don't want it to be like something I can just change on the fly.
Okay.
So how would you have me look, I guess, is the way they would react to that.
Not a drow in our current setting. Something humanoid, not orc or goblin or hobgoblin. Look like a human, a dwarf, an elf.
Probably not a
Elf.
dwarf.
What do you have against goblins?
They're generally enemies, and I fucking hate them. Don't get me started.
Let's
Those
Why
fucks.
can't you just do it yourself?
Every single new character is gonna question you on why you hate goblins so much every single time.
Every time your character dies, so it's fine.
how
God, that's so
about
funny.
you just try to look like a generic human?
Yeah, like either a human, a dwarf, gnome will be perfect here.
I'll come up with something.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Now, the actual important topic, now that we know your name, Jack, you specifically mentioned something down there about a secret room that has been guarded and only one person with the ability to enter and leave it.
Yes.
We don't mention this to anyone outside our group going forward. Do we all understand?
Absolutely.
What is there something good in that room?
What's missing from this town right now that's valuable?
King.
The king?
Vitalia.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
A healer.
A healer.
Actually, no. A beaten physician, because Mirladar came to get the physician and Beaton and take him to Mirladar. So technically, they are missing a doctor, because that's part of the whole. There was a whole arc whenever we were first starting out, was the fact that that Beaton didn't have a doctor because their doctor had gotten absconded to Mirladar.
Wow, so they do have a healer and they just are hiding them from me.
I'm sure he died.
Hiding from me.
So, most importantly, we don't talk about that. And
Yeah, I think that's what the
talk
king
about
is.
this in this meeting we're about to go to. Because
So
we
it's-
don't know why he's there, if he is there. And we
He's
can't
being
be held
captured.
responsible at this moment.
So is this room in the Underdark or is it like in the
Yeah,
castle?
it's in the Underdark. It's part of that compound that what's her tits lives in.
Yes,
Lily?
to be quite frank, it wouldn't be the first prince in our history to do something like this if it happens to be that way, which puts us in a typical situation that would be pretty hard to navigate.
But if the king is there and we rescue him and he's alive and happy, that could also be really beneficial for us.
Hey Asher, maybe you'll be able to kill the
Killed by
prince.
the prince's men.
To God, I get to. I you don't understand how much I pray to the Wild Mother that the prince is behind it and the king will be thankful that we rescued him and let me turn his son into a pincushion.
Jesus.
Yes, well, let's just make sure we keep as much of this as possible to ourselves. Now let's go.
Oscar smiles when he hears about that much hate that he has, because Oscar remembers the individuals he hates and wants to do the same thing.
There are like 3 motherfuckers on this planet that Asher wants to turn into a pincushion. Buffoon, Anatole, and whatever that fucking fucked up orc's name was. The one that Asher hates. He wants to turn into a pincushion. Asher really should have been a barbarian.
So, are you guys?
Asher really needs some fucking therapy.
Are you guys moving on up then?
Yeah. Now we're going to be going ass crack of dawn to meet with Tal Rune.
All right. You approach Tal Rune's office. You do not see Kyler there.
Oh no! Did Kyler Dyler?
In fact, you'll see Tal Rune at the barrel of water that seems to be refilled and cleaned out as he takes his first drinks of the day. Gentlemen, come in. I was able to speak with Thrain Buffoon's right-hand man. The one...
Wait, his actual name is Buffoon?
Buffoon, but I call him Buffoon.
But I spoke with Bertrand, and he relayed the information that we have set forth. He is willing to negotiate. He has given me his parameters, but he has also given me the liberty of hearing your offer first before a counteroffer is made.
Okay. Well, we'll shoot you straight. Our offer is in the Emporium. What's the store's called? Bertrand's Emporium or some shit like that?
In
Imbucker's Emporium, there is a crystal ball there that we would really like. It could help us on another endeavor. It's very expensive, and we do not have the funds to get it. We would like the prince to purchase it for us.
And to give it to us afterwards.
And to purchase it and give it to us, for us to use as we see fit.
Forever.
Yes, forever. We'd also like the Mirladar to officially recognize our group. Our name is Saber, as in an official capacity of a mercenary band that could eventually contract at times. But if we are to accept any other contracts after this initial one, we have a 1,000 gold minimum charge. Base 1,000 gold for us to do any work. And we can negotiate higher or what have you, but no lower than 1,000 gold for a job for Saber to do. And we have Mirladar's official recognition as a recognized band. We'll have letters and seals that say, we are legit, and Mirladar backs us. Not necessarily in the sense of we are owned by Mirladar, but as a writ of
a stamp of endorsement.
Yeah, a stamp of endorsement of authenticity.
I do understand.
And
I do understand.
Ranked top 10 in Miraladar's best adventuring groups.
I do understand your offer as he strokes his massive beard. Much of that can be definitely put into contract. However, there is one part of his contract that does not resonate with what Thrain Buffoon wishes to do with his power, as the quality of life of his people must be maintained, as well as the image of solidarity and equality amongst our people. And although he does wear the crown currently, he doesn't wish to rule in an oppressive manner. For that I say, the object that relies in Imbucker's Emporium, I severely doubt I'll be able to square away the funds to do that. However, I'm willing to season the pot a little bit better to make you have the ability to earn that item at the store. Group Saber, the prince is willing to offer you title, recognition, and housing, as well as a permission salary for each and every one of you, starting at 1,000 gold per person per mission. Think of it as a retainer. Now, obviously, these missions are not going to be getting a kitten off of the stalagmite, right? These will be dangerous missions, but one worthy of your title and a place to lie your head safely at night if you find yourself in need of dwelling. That is the prince's offer.
Would that come with the understanding that we have our own things we need to do? We can't always be at Mirladar's beck and call. There could be times when we have to refuse said missions to do what we have to do.
As far as the
we
prince
are a
is
freelance
concerned,
group.
you are not a civilian here. You will have title and recognition, and you may come and go as you please, within reason, of course.
This sounds like employees, and I don't think I legally can do that.
It's essentially what we were asking. The part of what we were asking for, just not the orb. I mean, he's giving us the recognition and the authority and the $1,000 minimum or 1,000 gold minimum per person. It's everything we were at. Frog, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's everything we were asking for, minus the orb, right?
Basically, now as far as power and rank go, your rank is more of like, you know, what's the phrase? The key to the city, right? It's not like you hold a rank of like, oh, you soldier, go to that wall over there and guard that place.
We weren't wanting rank. We were wanting,
Yeah, you'll have basically tax
recognition.
You'll have recognition. You'll have title, and you'll have land. Well, you'll have a home, a decent sized home, not a mansion, but you'll have a location that you can call your own.
This could be pretty good for us. Turn the first floor into kind of like a reception office. Our rooms above it.
And depending on what we find in the Underdark, we could potentially buy the orb whenever we get back.
Plus the salary of the 1,000 gold per person per mission.
And that's the part I'm worried about. A salary.
Well, no, it's not a salary. It's just an agreed upon price that
retainer fee.
Now on, if you want to from this mission forward, if you want us to do anything, we each get 1,000 gold.
And he'll even say this as he hears you guys talking about this and trying to agree with each other. Tal Rune would also say, you would also be privy to whatever loot and riches you acquire on your journeys, and you are more than welcome to sell these objects to the city of Mirladar to recycle and distribute amongst the people, or resell for our personal economy.
Yeah, and we're not going to be hired on to indefinitely to Mirladar. This is just a case by case. We get a minimum 1,000 gold apiece a person. We're not being held on and retainer by them. It's just an agreed upon contract for the anytime we have a contract, we have an agreed upon price of.
We need one stipulation with that agreement though.
Tal Rune turns to you and listens.
We need to put some sort of time requirement on that 1,000. We can't be going on a quest to the other side of the world for 1,000 gold, obviously.
You are welcome to accept or deny any mission that's offered. You are not mandatorily obligated to accept a mission you feel is not within your wheelhouse.
We wish to have the ability to negotiate the cost of a mission that would last more than 10 days.
Tal Rune would lean in. Tal Rune would lean in, and he'll be like, look, you might be able to earn the ability to have a voice for the prince to listen to. I would say this. It's not many of these offers that fly around through here. And if you complete and make it worth the prince's time, I'm sure he's willing to listen to you in the future, but I cannot say for certain that the prince is going to say yes now. I would suggest show him what you're capable of, and then maybe, just maybe, you'll have that voice that he's willing to listen to.
I think that's fair. Could we add one amendment onto the thing for the pay? Because my friend does have a good point. We can't, if we accept something and then it's going to take us, weeks, or we have to do some prep for it. Could we amend on there that we get half up front for whatever costs we might need for the mission, and then the other half upon completion? That would be fair, as we might have to buy supplies and things like that for extended voyages or any other type of mission. Not with this one, but going forward after this one, we get half up front, half upon completion. It's like a deposit.
I will bring that up to the prince and see if he's comfortable with that. It doesn't sound too far-fetched. At worst case scenario, I could see the prince agreeing to something as in he'll just supply you all the materials you need up front for whatever journey it may be it food, rations, weaponry that we have on hand.
That would be great. Also, and this is not necessarily part of the deal, but part for this mission that we're going to be going on, if y'all have any maps, even if it's just a rough idea of what the Underdark might be like, or the city that we're going to be going to, any maps of those for some form of direction, so that way we don't get lost down there, would be greatly appreciated. And that's not necessarily part of the deal. That's just part of like this mission, what we would require for this one.
I do have a map. I have shit written all over it. But fuck it, I'll just send you here. It doesn't have titles on it. Go to your Tailspire.
Oh shit! There's actually a map.
Yeah, it's the fucking Underdark, and that's just.
Well, I was meaning like a theater of their mind type thing, but this is fucking cool.
Oh, I ain't done. Yeah, this is a work in progress, but unfortunately, I can't really tell you what this is. But what I can say is that this square here generally represents the back end of Mirladar. Or at least
where we'd be going in at?
Yes. Technically, all of this here is Mirladar, and this here is Mirladar. So actually, technically, what I should fucking do is this. Please hold.
Oscar, I'm not trying to be a dick, but the fact that you're actually sick in real life kind of helps play into your character being sick as fuck.
Well, he's not sick anymore. He passed his con save. But yeah, so the big southernmost block.
I'm just very, very hurt.
Is Mirladar. And I'll just leave it at that for now. So the main back entrance that you went through originally was here. Right? And then the sewers are this area here.
Okay.
And obviously, like I said, I'm gonna add detail to it at some point, but yeah, that's where we are.
Yeah, no, this is great. This is kind of what I was expecting to get, like, rough idea.
Oscar would 100% put this in his book and make a copy of it immediately.
Gotcha. So Oscar, if you can, make copies for everybody.
Well, I can only make one in the book.
Well, I meant like we get some spare paper before we go down there, and we each get a copy of this map.
Oh yeah, I can work on that.
Also, down there.
Do what, Thermal? You broke.
What'd you say?
I can flesh out the map when we get down there. I am a cartographer.
Perfect.
Awesome. Also, can you finally give me that goddamn map so I can take a copy of that map too?
Later.
God, you.
Oh yeah, now more dwarves that are being so mean.
No. He's not being.
All right.
Tal Rune is the homie.
It's settled then. We have an agreement.
We have an accord. I will bring this last part back, but as far as what's concerned right now, you're agreeing to the title, you're agreeing to recognition, you're agreeing to property or the structure, the housing, as well as the standing pay per mission completion of 1,000 gold pieces, each party involved with said mission. With the idea that in the event of extended missions, elongated missions, to be paid half up front, or the possibility of being provided with materials to get you through those extended missions. Thank you. We truly appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, boys. It's time to go to work.
Wait. I think we should wait like another day or two.
Yeah. Tal Rune, do you know if there's a hospital around? My friend is feeling a little under the weather. We could use a physician.
I also need to make sure that things get started with the blacksmith. Otherwise, we'll have to wait even longer after all of this.
Yeah. Could we have a day to get ready before we go underneath into the sewer?
Tal Rune looks at you guys like puzzled.
I was ready to go, but I forgot Oscar had stuff he needed to do out of character.
So, Tal Rune would stress something. I mean, we're grateful, right, for the stuff that you're doing. But I'm reluctant to wait much longer, as my city's in danger. The people, civilians, innocent people, are dying. And with the news you gave me last night or yesterday, I feel... I mean, I'm already hearing from our people setting watch over the sewers currently that they are taking dwarven bolts in their general... Or not dwarven, excuse me. Drowish bolts in their general direction. Now is the time to strike. If you're feeling under the weather, dear Oscar, I apologize, but I need to do the right thing. I can get you some fucking Tylenol and you can call me in the morning. Nut up or shut up, pussy.
Time is kind of
that's about close to death. Like, I don't give a damn what you're saying.
What I could offer is my physician to look you over to see if we could identify if you have a cold or something.
That would be great, I think.
Sure. I will commission one right away. And he looks around. There's like nobody else in the office. He puts his head outside the door and he shouts for the physician, fucking Frank. Frank, get your ass over here. A dwarf would show up. What's going on? This individual seeing, he kind of takes you, gives you a once over. He takes a wooden stick, puts in your fucking tongue. Looks down. You did pass your con save, right?
Yeah, I got an 18.
It looks like you have some poor hygiene, sir. When was the last time you cleaned up? It looks like you've been trudging through a sewer.
Last night? Well, yes, but I cleaned myself last night. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, we gotta teach you how to get behind the ears and under the armpits, you know? Nevertheless,
I don't want to save these people.
If you were trudging around in the sewers, I would recommend trying to either wash your hands and not involve yourself with the potential diseases that can link down there. In particular, I know that the rats are a thing down there, and they are known to carry certain diseases, including blood contact on certain creatures down there. So if you found yourself rooting through the insides of a creature that lives in a sewer that predominantly feeds off of disgusting critters, it's probably a good idea to not do that.
You know what? This is why I use Mage Hand. This is why specifically I use Mage Hand.
Motherfucker, I made sure that you didn't use Mage Hand.
I did.
And I
didn't
had that
one
shit
time.
planned from fucking day one.
Because
I knew your ass was gonna dig through the fucking stomach.
The one time I forgot to do it.
Question.
You've been waiting. You've been waiting for years. Because every time I say it, that one time I forgot.
If he passed his con save this morning, does that mean he's no longer sick, or he just doesn't get
I'm just still close to death.
That is the only thing.
Okay.
He's suffering from a low HP pool because the disease didn't allow him to
Okay.
regain HP. That's it. But he doesn't
Okay,
have
but
the
he's
exhaustion.
not. It's not a persistent thing that he has to make the con save every day.
If he failed it, then he would have 2 levels of exhaustion plus the non-able to rest.
Okay.
Health pool. Yeah.
I'd probably
Okay, but
die
next he
today.
can take another long rest, and he'll have his full HP.
Yes.
He's fine.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Which is part of the reason why I was like, let's wait another day.
Like every day, he was gonna have to be making this con save and just getting more and more fucked.
Correct. And
Okay.
as a DM, why put something in the game and not have it affect the atmosphere?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let
No.
you guys be like, oh, we're gonna stay another 24 hours just so I can get back to full health and
Yeah.
completely negate everything that was planned by the DM.
Yeah. No.
Well, no,
that's cool.
I mostly want to just do it so I can get the stuff going the plans for
I got
the
And I told you we were gonna
Yeah.
probably do that after this mission, 100%.
Oh
Alright.
wait, you didn't say anything about. Oh, okay. So it's after the mission. Oh, you didn't specify. Oh, okay.
In
That's
the
fine.
beginning of the conference, we had it was an exchange, and I had mentioned that chances are you won't be getting to it for at least next session or the session after.
Oh, when you said that, I thought you meant like it being finished.
No,
Like
I meant like getting through that whole process.
Yeah.
But
Okay, that's
Also,
not what I thought you
How,
meant.
how low on health are you?
I am at less than a third of my health. Yes, I'm at less than a third.
yeah, if only there were heal spells or potions out
I'm
there.
going. Well, okay. I'm going to.
Why
Fuck,
should
I
we
hate
use
that.
up our things before we go?
I'm gonna give you a
Because it's
second level
part of the
healing
game.
cure wounds.
I love it.
You got 10 HP back. And then we can take a short rest once we're in the tunnel to get you some more HP.
Can you use hit dice though? They're just half
Yeah,
effective or
once
No,
something.
he said I couldn't heal at all.
Well, he passed his con save in the morning, which means that health pool thing no longer applies. He wasn't able to gain HP back last night because he was still sick. He wakes up, makes a con save. So from the past con save forward, that no longer is a factor. So whatever policies happen after that fact is perfectly fine. So if he takes a short rest in the sewer later, he'll be able to roll his hit.
I'm just gonna have to pull a Eustace and stay away from all danger.
Oh, play like a mage.
Well, once we get into like past the tunnel
Nah.
and into like the Underdark, we can take a short rest, get you some more HP, and we'll be good to go. I thought you were still like going to be persistently fucked, so that's why I was kind of like, let's get you checked out. But we're
Well,
good.
let's go then.
So, time to put my good chaps.
Well,
So going
Oh,
forward.
one thing I would like to do real quick before we leave Tal Rune's office, I'm going to hand him a small bag with like 5 platinum in it and ask him to give that to Kyler for helping take care of Jaeger, and because Asher likes the kid, so he's going to give him 5 platinum
Okay.
and let him know what it's for.
Okay. Sure. Tell Chun would deliver that message. 100%. All right, gentlemen, we're heading back in the sewer then.
Yep, home sweet home.
Yep.
All right. As we make our way back down into the sewers, you make your way back into the sewer. Let's go ahead and bring up the ambient map here because I'd rather stare at that than this little shoddy thing. Hopefully that's it. Look at me,
I love the map of the Underdark.
Thank you. And it's going to get a lot better. I promise you. All right, so I'm actually very proud of the next map. You make your way through it all. You pass by dwarven guards that are stationed on the sides. One of them, you can see him kind of like, oh, to a rat, like, get away from me.
Son of me.
Kind of freaked out a little bit. But you continue to make your way through, at which most of these guards look at you, and they give you a nod and kind of give you wishes and, you know, good luck kind of pep talks, you know, as you walk by. The location of the dwarven or the drow battle that you guys were in, you'll see all the drow bodies have been piled up in a corner with little to no care whatsoever. These dwarfs basically just took them and whipped them into a corner where they weren't in the way anymore as they sit there in the sewer water, stagnant and gross. You make your way to the room where you met nobody. What'd you say you were going by? Jake?
Jackin.
Jackin?
Jackin.
Where you met
Jacking him off.
Jackin. And you see
That's
4 to
Jackie
5.
right there.
You see 4 to 5 dwarven guards standing watch, weapons at the ready, making sure nothing comes through. They look over their shoulders to see you all standing there, ready to enter. One of them, who seems to be generally the one calling the shots down here, call him a sergeant, whatever, turns to you. So you were they?
We're Saber. We're here to handle this problem.
Best of luck. Be careful. We came across some warning shots. They didn't hit us, but expect them around any corner. I wish you the best of luck, and may Helm be with you all. Fantastic.
Let's go.
Can you see in the dark, Jack?
Yes, no, I cannot. Sorry.
All right.
I
once
really
we
don't
get-
think we should be using the drift globe down here.
I got this. And I touch Eustace and Jack, and for an hour they have 300 feet of dark vision. With my Eyes of the Night ability, I can do it. Everyone, 3 people within 10 feet of me for an hour can see in the dark.
How many times a day can you do that?
I can do it once. Let me double check.
For an hour, you said?
Yeah, let me double check. Yeah, I can do it once per long rest.
Okay.
I can use spell slots to increase it, but
That's fine.
yeah.
All right. You make your way past these dwarven guards, ducking into this hole that was carved out in the sewer, and it turns into very familiar territory to you, Thermal. You recognize the structure, the layout. You know home when you see it. The smell to you is welcoming, as you feel very comfortable down here, whereas the surface dwellers may feel a little claustrophobic. The walls in here are tight. They're not, single file, turn your shoulder, think thin kind of tight, but it's tight. Like, think a hallway. Think of a normal hallway in a home, although shorter. There are some moments where you might have to duck under and cower under just to kind of get through. But you're able to weave your way through. The elevation is not flat. There definitely is like a 10 to 20 degree incline as you feel yourself go up. Once again, it's not, this is natural tunnel. This is not a full-on structure that was put here by something. This is natural, so there are slippery spots. The walls themselves are covered in condensation. There are moments and times where you'll see your breath but don't feel cold. The air quality in here is very dense. The deeper you go and the higher you go, you feel the tubes in your ears begin to kind of pop under the air pressure, kind of like you're diving underwater, but you're not quite underwater. There definitely is a hardiness. The air is tough and thick as you kind of it's almost like you're walking through brush without brush. It's just air pressure. You're just kind of feeling confined. You travel this way for about 15, 20 minutes. The walls begin to open up a little bit more. A trickle of water can be felt kind of dripping from the stalagmites from the ceiling as the ceiling opens up slightly. 20 feet high, narrow corridors. Familiar to some, like Asher would remember this setting. You continue, and the deeper you get and the warmer the air temperature gets, you start to see something at the tail end, at the far end of this cavernous, winding kind of path that seems to go uphill. A blue light with some green light mixing together like little glow sticks as you approach closer. Thermal, you know precisely what you're looking at. Asher recognizes this. But for those that have not dwelled or traveled under here, you would see this fungal growth that seems to shine like lanterns, very low light emitting lanterns. Think of it as reflector paint on the highway, almost as if it's guiding you and showing you where the contours of this place is. And there you continue. You see the walls open up, the ceiling get higher, the wideness of this cavern you step into as your eyes adjust to the dim light provided by bioluminescent fungi that seem to cover the walls and ceiling. This is a show. It is a spectacle and beauty. Although this bioluminescent light shines, it's not bright enough to cast light if you didn't have dark vision. At this point, you are about 45 minutes into this travel. With your dark vision that I believe everyone has for the next 15 minutes, I believe.
Well, just those two.
Okay, so whoever has dark vision, this bioluminescent does provide dim light everywhere for you. In the dim light category, as far as, you know, how much light it emits, even for those that don't have night vision or dark vision, you'll be able to see the contours, but it doesn't shine light on nearby objects. So ideally, it's still pitch black, but you can see where the walls are and contours of things. It just doesn't shine. So if something was walking through, hypothetically, you can't see it. It's pitch black. The bioluminescent does not shine light on objects. The colors is beautiful and haunting at the same time. The fungal range of colors can go from pale greens to vivid blues, pinks, and purples. It kind of creates like this surreal, otherworldly atmosphere. You feel as if you need to proceed carefully and watch your footing, knowing that the light doesn't shine on objects, but it just kind of slicks around everything. You keep a sharp eye out for potential dangers lurking around any potential shadow. I'm going to show you the room. Go ahead.
Oscar, you know, he's doing his normal thing with a 360, but he's, I would say, specific, like he's staying very to like the middle of the pack, but he's paying careful attention to above.
You look up, Oscar, and let me visually, mentally give you the visual here first. You look up, and there is a canopy above you, and then you look forward maybe 20 feet or so, and that canopy kind of rotates up. What you find weird is, remember, the bioluminescent doesn't provide spotlights, but it trims the location. It's circular and rounded around the edges with a stalk. And we're talking massive above you, like a giant umbrella above you. Give me a nature check, Oscar.
That I can do.
I'm not part of the map yet, Frog.
Yeah, I'm loading it up now as we speak.
Oh, that's not gonna be good even with the even with this. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Oh god. Oh god. Everything's going bad. Everything's going bad.
As soon as Oscar gets his nature check, I'll load you guys
6.
into the map. You know, it kind of vaguely reminds you of the shape of a giant mushroom. It is massively huge, and it looks a little something like this. Now, remember, obviously, the map, you have to see what you see. So, once again, the lighting in here does not reflect the reality of the situation, but the atmosphere is pretty good. And here it comes, gentlemen. Now, I'm going to pull your tokens onto this map real quick. It's Asher. Fucking.
Never thought I'd be here and before completing my mission.
Thermal. Oscar.
God, I'm getting Subnautica vibes here.
Where are we?
Did I put Flynn on the
I didn't.
road? Is it Eustace?
Usis.
Where the fuck is Eustace's token? Oh, there you are. Oh, wow, that was really big. All right. 1, 2, 3. Who's missing? 1, 2, 3, 4. Thermal. Oh, the new guy. Mother Hubbard, did I? Please tell me I gave you a temporary.
Where are you putting down the tokens?
Leaseholds. There you are, Jack. You see where my spotlight is here?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Oh, it's under the mushroom, so I couldn't see.
Yep. So what I'm going to do real quick is move you guys to where I want you to be. Just give me your marching orders. Who's leading this pack?
Asher would have been
Better
towards
than
the front.
thermal.
And just so you can see, now this is not a representation. You guys do not have your torches out because you have not indicated it, but I'm putting your torches on your tokens just so you can kind of see a little bit more for mobility's sake. Second here, torches on. I put all your torches on. Actually, yes, all your torches on.
Yeah,
Right,
it'd be Asher than thermal. Then
I did not hear a word of that. I don't know if you're talking with the microphone up your bum.
no, I'm having to be on my phone because my headset's being fucking stupid.
Gotcha.
You said Asher, then Thermal, and then whoever else.
Thermal, so I'll put thermal up here. I guess
Oscar will be. Yeah, this is fine.
Okay, cool. All right, so you guys take a nice look around. Okay, good. So this cavern, once again, mysterious, beautiful, slimy. You know, it's definitely something to behold. Thermal, you look around. What are your feelings right now?
That I didn't expect to be back home until I completed my mission.
You push forward. Go and do this. Asher, you're the most perceptive of the group. Give me a perception check, please.
It's guidance 17.
17. Fantastic. Across the way, right around here, where this light I'm putting on, you see a drow who's looking right back at you. And he gives you the equivalent of a drow middle finger and begins to run away into the cave, deeper.
Okay, and you said there's enough ambient light that we're not in would he still be able to see me?
If you have
Because
dark
of my
vision,
umbral sight.
if you have dark vision, the bioluminescence will be providing dim light. If you don't have dark vision, all you see is the bioluminescence, but not enough to show things as they are. You know
so
what I mean?
it negates my umbral sight ability of being invisible in the dark to dark vision.
It negates your umbral sight. He'll see you. Correct. Yeah. Because they're drow. They could. This is their home. They see.
It says you, while in darkness, you are invisible to any creature that relies on dark vision to see you in the darkness.
You might actually be he might if none of this actually produces light and it's all just darkness, he might just be permanently invisible unless someone produces light.
All right. He sees Thermal, and he gives Thermal the middle finger.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with Frog's ruling. I was just asking for clarification. But all right, we've been spotted.
However, this individual is running away from you, deeper into the cave system.
They're running, yeah, and I'd relay that information that they're running deeper.
Well, it was only a matter of time, I suppose.
Do what, Thermal?
We're gonna probably warn others. Gonna stop them before they get too far.
Yeah.
We could just go around. It might just be leading us into a trap.
Does this look familiar to you, Jack?
Does it?
You've been down there.
Frog?
To you. I'm thinking because
Oh, okay.
You
Got
were taken prisoner. You were knocked out. taken prisoner as if they discovered your spy, whatever. You know what? I'm gonna go with you. Probably haven't been pulled through this cavern, at least not while conscious.
No, this place looks.
There are other networks of tunnels. This one, I don't believe you would have been pulled through or walked through.
This looks different to me.
Well, let's at least go to where he ran off from, and if there's more coming and it's a tunnel, we have a choke point. Have an eye out for traps and stuff. Are we going forward?
Do we know if there are more tunnels? Because there might not be a choke point.
We don't know shit.
Yeah, I don't.
Who here
So
has
is this
the
the
night
only
vision?
way through?
Who has the dark vision right now? Besides
Currently,
I
everyone.
believe I do, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, all of us. Jack and Eustace would have the 300 feet like Asher.
Okay. You're welcome to make perception checks then to at least look around for those that do have that dim vision, dark vision thing going on right now.
Yeah. Well, so we all have dark vision currently. It's just that 2 of us have temporary dark vision, which are Jack and Eustace.
Okay.
15.
I got 13. I didn't see shit. My dice are kind of fucking me today.
So you guys look around.
I got a 17 as well.
Okay. There seems to be, just looking around, scanning, you guys are feeling off about this room, as mystical as it may appear. Initially, you don't see any other corridors, holes in the wall, access points that you're aware of. You do see the tunnel that the other drow ran past or through or back through. It does seem odd that the drow runs away. What you would also discover, is looking around, the ground seems to be devoid of clutter. In fact, for a cave system, there's not much debris on the ground whatsoever. It seems to be scratched and scathed away, or at least it's almost as if something, I don't want to say something cleaned the floor because that's not an
They're
accurate
using a rake.
representation. I would say, imagine taking your dog by the legs and dragging him across your living room floor. You know what I mean? How it would kind of create those kind of push things. You know what I mean? And everything was butted up against the wall. So whatever debris was here just seems to be pushed to the edges of every part of the room. Does that make sense?
Could I do like an insight check to see if I feel like this is about to be an ambush?
Sure. I mean, you can get a spidey sense tingle, sure, if you want to.
That's 16.
16, you look around these massive mushroom caps and around the room. Is it weird that the drow is running away? Maybe they're planning something down there, but in your immediate area, based on your perception and everything you're seeing, the ground seems to be fairly clear. You got bioluminescence. You are kind of in an environment you're not too familiar with, but at a glance, looking around, you don't see any potential dangers within your immediate line of sight. Although, once again, I'm going to go ahead and say, is Asher, I feel, would be head on a swivel. But generally, he's always head on a swivel. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm sure you feel a certain sort of way about this.
I don't see anything that looks like an ambush, but I don't trust this place at all, and I don't trust the drow running. I've never really seen them run before. I feel like we try and go just headlong down that tunnel after him, we're gonna run into something.
I could use the wand of secrets.
Yes.
See if
Down
there any
here,
trap.
but not the top of the food chain.
What'd you say?
Down here, we're not the top of the food chain.
Yeah, but he saw us. I mean, he would know we're just humans and a dwarf.
All right. When we get to around the area where the drow is, I'll activate the Wand of Secrets.
Okay.
I only have 2 other charges
So,
after this.
so you begin to traverse the room. I will move your tokens appropriately. Just to say you move to fucking get over here. So
So you guys roll D10 for temp HP for sleeping in the inn?
Yeah, go ahead. Roll your. Actually, that's a very safe environment. So what is it? Roll D10, D12. What did I say usually?
I only know
I
it's
should
D10
really-
for the for my thing. I don't know in the field.
Okay,
I don't know.
so you're in an inn in a presidential suite. Just roll D12 and add that to your temp HP. Nice roll, Asher. All right.
My dice are fucking like D&D Beyond is fucking me tonight.
Every little bit counts.
While we wrap up this evening, here's the scene that I would like to end on, which we'll pick up on next week. You guys make your way towards the center of this room. Always head on a swivel. You guys are actively checking things. That canopy that you're looking at, Oscar, before, you are now in the process of exiting that canopy, right? Looking forward, looking around. It's creepy. It's beautiful. Your footsteps don't make much sound, as once again the ground is devoid of much debris here. Thermal, only because this is your home. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt, and I would like you to please roll an investigation check for free.
Gotcha. Natural 20 for a 23.
You get
Shit.
the instinct to kneel down to look at something. The ground itself is scuffed. Something hard grounded on this floor. Something that looks like it may have slithered through here. Like the contours of the body of a cylinder or a snake-like serpentine thing that maybe rolls through here. But as you come to that realization, Eustace, I need you to please roll me an intelligent saving throw.
You're good at those.
Where? I just click on the +4 on intelligence.
No,
No,
you're
you're gonna.
saved.
It's saving throws is underneath your ability scores there.
You're a wizard, so it'll probably be like +7.
Oh, and I don't
Saving
see
throws right underneath strength, dexterity, and constitution.
it. Oh, I see. +7. 23.
You smart. You
know,
important.
I can't believe you rolled a 23. All right. You feel something in your brain, as if something is trying to enter your brain. Maybe not physically.
We need to get the fuck out of here.
You feel as if something is trying to invade your mind. And as you feel that, you feel a drip on your shoulder. Instinctively, you look up. And on top of this mushroom, peering down ever so silently. Please hold. You look up, right? And you see this massive body with slimy-like residue that resonates off of its hide. It opens its mouth in this gaping maw lined with razor-sharp teeth. It lets out this deafening roar that vibrates all of these mushrooms in this room. These mushrooms vibrate with this roar, and you see the bioluminescent spores begin to kind of fall off the top like glowing snowflakes all around you. When this creature opens its mouth up, its tongue, it's like tentacle tongue, and there's a few of them, and they kind of writher back and forth. The creature itself looks a little like this.
Are you posting in a general?
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
As it roars, it reveals itself to the party as everyone is obviously made aware of it.
And you guys wanted to come down here.
Looking down at you. Tell me you guys see it. If you have the download,
Yeah, I see it.
you'll be able to see it. If not,
Holy shit.
if not, yeah, I've named it aptly. Holy shit! If you actually hit the tab button. But
Where is it?
It's on top of the mushroom right over here.
Jesus Christ.
Can't hear you, Ash.
I just doubt.
I
I thought I finally got it to
I
work.
can't see anything.
Yeah, same here. I thought I finally got it to work this time.
Because I went through and checked, and I have every single one of the monster downloads.
So we're gonna have to let's sit down, you and me, at some point this week, and see if we can troubleshoot that and see what's going on.
I'm guessing it's really big.
If someone can stream,
it's something. Do you got it, Fade, or do you want me to do it?
I got
Jesus Christ.
That's a big one. Guys, we should leave this city.
and I think we're going to end on that.
We
as
just
a
need to
creature.
burn down Mirador. They need to start over. This
s-
place is obviously fucked.
So I was hoping to get to this fight a little earlier, but that's okay. We had some decent RP, but we're gonna have to end our session here. I will say this: I have to tell you this, only because I could only do it once a day. This particular ability, which you saved, Eustace. You are really happy you saved, because here's why. If you failed, you basically turn, for lack of a better term, forgive me, mentally handicapped. Your charisma
All right.
and your intelligence would go to 1.
Become one. Yep.
You would not be able to even speak. You'd be like, that's what you would have been
For how
reverted
long?
to. You want to know?
Not long. 'cause you
30
die.
days. 30
Jesus.
days. You would have to make another intelligence saving throw. And if you failed that, you have to wait another 30 days to make the save again. So,
What
was the
what was your
DC
plan?
check?
I can't tell you what the DC check is because it will come
Oh,
into play.
it's probably high.
Yeah, it was high.
What was your plan if someone like that? What was your plan, Frog?
I'll tell you what my plan was. Fate never gets touched. That's what my plan was.
Rigged.
Rigged. Let's just say I like to cater to people's strengths and weaknesses. But
Fate
nevertheless,
doesn't get-
guys, that's where we're gonna go for tonight. And I made sure the picture was a screenshot and not an actual link. Hopefully,
I'm gonna figure it out anyway.
yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll see what happens.